Concrete veins, heartbeat of the block. Echoes in the alley where the shadows talk. Crown on my head, fortune still in chalk. Lungs full of smoke, breathing in the grind. Teeth like razors, bite through the line. Vision so sharp, it can sever time. Jungle fury can't be tamed. Every step the ground's in flame. We the fire, we the storm. Born in chaos, fully formed. Jungle fury running wild. Cinematic, raw and vile. 808 to shake the...
Okay. Hi everybody. So, hold on. I'm going to read this article because I don't know anything about the first topic. Okay. In launching his attack on 4 conservative commentators who have been critical of the joint U.S.-Israeli war against Iran, Donald Trump wrote that they were stupid people and that nobody cares about them. And I think this is talking about... Okay, hold on. He spent the next 372 words of a Truth Social post on Thursday afternoon talking about them. The U.S. president singled out 2 former popular Fox News evening program hosts, Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly, and right-wing conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, Candace Owens, and Candace Owens for criticism. He ticked through each using derisive language to highlight what he viewed as their past failings and deficiencies. All 4 have vocally supported Trump in the past. Blah, blah, blah. The president wrote that their views are now the opposite of his Make America Great Again movement. They're not MAGA, they're losers, he said. As president, I could get them on my side anytime I want to. But when they call, I don't return their calls because I'm too busy on world and country affairs. Prior to parting ways with Fox News in 2023, Carlson, blah, 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 blah. Carlson opposed the Iran war from its early days. Sorry, I have a hard time saying Carlson because I think of Magnus Carlsen when I say Carlson. And recently stepped up his criticism, calling Trump's obscenity-laced Easter Sunday message to Iran vile on every level. The Israelis have him in a hammerlock, he said. Who said this? Okay, also Carlson. Owens, who recently alleged, without providing evidence, that conservative activist Charlie Kirk was assassinated last year because of his anti-Israel views, provided more blunt assessment of the president. It may be time to put Grandpa up in a home, she wrote. President Trump has gone mad as he wages war against Iran. A broken campaign promise, she wrote. I fought alongside Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones to help get Trump elected. That's what Marjorie Taylor Greene said. We never changed, she concluded. Trump did. Also, MGT. All right, so they're basically just feuding over the Iran war, which makes sense. Okay. Not very shocking. A little bit, because this is probably the first time MAGA has stayed true to their values and gone against Trump. But other than that, not very shocking. Hello, Logical. What's up? I'm gonna unmute this now.
We would get here only over that dead body. All the world today knows that we are here, that we are standing before the forces of power in the state of Alabama, saying we ain't gonna let nobody turn us around.
He couldn't even speak the language, but he worked hard and he made a place for himself and his family. Now why can't you people do the same? My grandfather built this country, man!
Why are African Americans still dying at the hands of law enforcement in this country?
And so are white people. So are white people. What a terrible question to ask. So are white people. More white people, by the way. More white people.
ready. We're ready. We are ready, friends. Once again, I hope you guys are doing great. We have a great sequence of shows this week. Okay. Tomorrow, we're going to have a star-studded panel. Obsidian, Mr. Let Go, Mr. Fantastic. We are going to talk about Kevin Samuels. Mr. Let Go has been on fire with his Kevin Samuels takes, and the best way to actually uh, talk about it is having the OGs of the Manosphere in the building, talking about what we have actually going on. So tomorrow, super panel, 5 p.m. The ultimate Kevin Samuels debate, Missy Let Go versus Obsidian with starred studied panel. We're going to have a lot of fun at 5 p.m. And on Sunday, the infamous ladies' first show, the Reese Academy meets the Untouchable Empire. Okay, we're going to have a lot of fun. Uh, Red Lipstick is going to be in the building. Nina is going to be on the building tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of fun. So 5 p.m. on Sunday. But without further ado, let's actually introduce our guests today. We have 3 hours, so we have to make it count. The one and only Mr. Kamal is in the building. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. We appreciate you, sir. Fan favorite, Taruz in the building. Salute to you, Taruz. Thank you very much for being here, sir. Is that the Iron Man? You need to have a and the Deadpool. You need to get the Black Panther, you traitor. HQ, she's in the building. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And straight from Valhalla, this man is very difficult to get over here, but we finally got him. Tom Foolery is in the building. Thank you very much for being here. The lovely Ghosty is back in the building. Glad to have you back, Ghosty. Thank you very much. She's a little bit sleepy, friends. Don't worry about it. She's not a vampire. Okay,
Right.
she can handle the sun. We have a new friend, Admiral Gibbs, is in the building, styling and profiling. Thank you very much for being here. Old friend is back. Same time zone as me, which is crazy. 10:21 p.m. Here we go. Tariq is in the building. So to you. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. The lovely Atina. She's running from us, but she's back. Thank you very much, Atina. Salute to you. And the heavyweight champ, Mr. Chaotic True, he is in the building. He says, "Let's go Bulls." Shout out to the Chicago Bulls. I am your host, Fatty. I'm a nobody, but I'm trying to get there.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the think you is?
So, friends, let's have fun. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Let me bring myself over here because I don't want to talk a lot today. Okay, I just here to ref and moderate. And let's start with the icebreaker. The icebreaker. The icebreaker.
It's time to do.
So the Red Wing bloodbath. Okay, we're going to talk about what is happening on the right. In a massive Truth Social broadside, Trump lumped Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones together, branding them as losers, nut jobs with low IQs. He accused them of being pro-Iran because they criticized his military blockade and brinkmanship in the Strait of Hormuz. And then the clickbait jab, he claimed they are only attacking him to get clicks for their third-rate podcast because they are all being thrown off television and nobody cares about them anymore. So let me start with somebody that actually has a MAGA hat on it, and I want to hear from Tom Foolery too next. Tariq, everybody uses which one is your perfect pronoun, sir. I don't want to miss your name again. Teriyaki.
Yeah, teriyaki. Yeah, so
Yes.
think like teriyaki sauce just without the E at the end. Or
Thank
the I at the end, so it's teriyaki.
I got it right. Thank you very much, sir. So, what do you
My
think
man.
about the Donald Trump comments? Is he right or is losing the plot because the biggest pundits on the right are turning on?
It's time to do.
Yeah, so the likes of Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, all the stuff, they're basically traitors to America. Because each one of these low IQ retards would have you believe that Israel dragged America into the war when 8 months previous to this war, Israel literally landed bombs in Iran and there wasn't any preemptive strike needed. So, Tom, explain to me how Israel dragged you into this war when Israel already fired bombs and that didn't start a war. Unless Trump actually wanted to go into Iran.
Tom, do you want to comment on that?
I mean, I don't think that Israel dragged us into the war. I think that like Trump is just an ultra Zionist simp already. It wasn't like this is a new thing. He's always kind of simped for Israel and bent over backwards for them. So this isn't like, I think Trump's choice is to be a simp for them, not that they're like forcing him to do anything.
Just to clarify,
Yeah, so remember the clip.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so remember the clip where he says they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and then Trump called a ceasefire? Why would Israel fire bombs into Iran and then tell Trump to call a ceasefire on them?
I'm sorry. I'm not understanding what that has to... He called for a ceasefire, so therefore what?
Yeah, what I'm pointing out is you, apparently, along with low IQ Tucker, same thing with Candace Owens, these are low IQ retards. Because to say he's a Zionist simp, but then he's the one that called a ceasefire and Israel listened to his command makes no coherent sense.
And you're talking about the last ceasefire, and what happened to that ceasefire?
If I may, he's
months
absolutely correct. Like right now, there's literally discussions from the Israeli government going on right now about how upset they are that Trump has dropped his big old nutsack on them and said, "Hey, you're stopping now. The blockade is working. China's capitulating. All of them are capitulating." He has been an outstanding brinksman and statesman across the world right now. He is dominating making America great again. He's making it America first, and it's about time these bitches, and I mean all these other countries, learn what the natural order is. It's us on top, and if you don't play our game, then guess what? You're going to get a whooping. And guess what? That's what he told Israel. He said, "Hey, we're going to help you out. You're our preferred ally in the region." And when he went in there, we dominated. We dropped stuff on them. They don't even know what hit them. And now Israel's going, "Oh, okay. Hey, we're in Lebanon." He's like, "Guess what? You're going to stop that shit too because we're negotiating." And guess what? I am the negotiator. I wrote the art of the deal. Might have heard of it, kind of thing. What do you have to say about that, Tom?
I say that he's a really shit negotiator. If the whole idea was for him to negotiate so that we didn't go to war, well, we're at war, so he didn't do a very good job of it, did he?
Oh, well, let me just do something for you. This is the world's smallest violin, and it's playing a tune for you. Because guess what? We've been at war with these people for 30 years. They've been sitting here kidnapping our boats. What do you do when you get our boats here? Ask Japan. We unleashed the sun on them twice. They captured some boats a couple years ago, and Obama bent over and spread his cheeks. It's unbearable.
Oh, so we haven't been at war with them for 30 years.
Well, yeah, we have. We've just the limp dick left has just been capitulating the whole time. Let's just give them their money back. It's okay. Yeah, Trump's going over there letting them know.
Them money. What do you mean? Trump just offered them money.
It's negotiations. You offer the carrot or you get the stick.
Oh, okay. So yes, well, Obama gave them money in negotiations. Trump's offering them money in negotiations.
Yeah, and what did we get? We got bupkis.
I cry about it when Obama does it, but you don't care.
Well, now we control them. We control the oil market more than ever before. Beforehand, though, what were they doing? Oh, they were sitting here running game on us. It was like they were over on the block, sitting here going, "Hey, Papa, this is our street. Oil's our shit. How do you like the way that dictates?" And guess what we're doing now? We over here showing them what the world's strongest military can do.
Trump started the war, and now people got to pay. Like you're completely wrong. It was free for everyone until Trump started a war, and now they're doing shakedowns at the Hormuz Strait. Like you are windmilling saying anything, bro. And by the way, our Secretary of State Marco Rubio specifically told us why we got into this war. He told us Israel was going to strike Iran no matter what, and Iran was going to retaliate by hitting us. So we
And
decided to
eight
strike-
months previously,
I don't know where you're from, but if my buddy goes shoot up somebody, I'm going with him. What are you doing? Are you letting your boy die?
8 months previous,
I don't like
Israel
it. Hey,
already.
One second, friends. Let him finish the Tarus. 1 second, Tarus. Your mic being drowned for what? Tarus, your mic being drowned out for the last 30 seconds. Like nobody heard what you said. So please, if you can rebut what you said again, I would appreciate it. Okay. And then Gibbs, Teriak, and the rest of the people can join in. Please, if you want to. Go ahead, Tarus, and interrupt.
Again, Marco Rubio specifically told us Israel drug us into this war. So you guys pretending like Israel doesn't control us right now. They absolutely do.
Let's just do a like one-to-one analysis though, real quick, bro. Like, all right, say you're with friends with somebody, and someone comes and slaps your wife or slaps his wife. Are you gonna jump in and whoop that guy's ass? Yeah. So someone slapped Israel. They said death to America, death to Israel. And guess what we did? Our boys that we're gonna go shoot them up. Guess what? I'm there with them. Now maybe you let your homies out on the block die, but I'm over here. I'm with my boys. I'm fucking people up.
Yeah, but Gibbs, even to drop back, one sec, Truers. To drop back to the original prompt, this is why. This is why Trump. One sec.
The word hurt you that much, Afro? Or your feelings hurt that
one
much?
sec.
My feelings are hurt.
This is no, there's
We're
no
having
feelings.
super carriers.
Friends, 1 second, friends. I will allow y'all to finish your thought. Tarus, finish your thought. Terry, I can interrupt.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So again, it's so funny that our leaders specifically told us and admitted who brought us into the war, and we still got people fatty going, nah, that's not true. They didn't say that, and they right there again. We went over
The
this
ghost in the room? Who said that? I didn't say that.
on my show. They did it over and over again. By the way, this is an illegal war because remember, we got rid of their nuclear facilities in June of last year. So what are we trying to get rid of? And Admiral Gibbs,
Yeah, so
said we won the war already. Did we not?
yeah, so again, this is proving why you're all a bunch of low IQ retards. Why Trump is even calling out his own side for being low IQ retards. Because anybody who believes this whole thing of Israel was going to strike, and that's why we do the preemptive strike, when Israel already struck them 8 months previous, you either have the memory of a fucking goldfish or you're literally clinically retarded.
So why did they do it then? Why do you think they did it?
Because we want to control the Strait of Hormuz and we needed an excuse, and Israel, being our strongest ally, gave us that perfect excuse.
That is the most backward logic I've ever heard. The Strait of Hormuz wasn't closed.
Backward
Donald Trump
logic.
Didn't think they were going to close the Strait of Hormuz, and then now that they closed it, now the whole goal is just to open the thing that wasn't closed before we bombed them.
Because
that
closing the strait
absolutely no sense. It's
it affects China worse than thing. But your whole take was that Israel was the one that dragged us into this war, which is a low IQ take, which just proves our point that we've been saying along. You're all a bunch of retards because on the one hand you believe Marco Rubio, and then on the other side you say, oh no, Trump's lying or Marco Rubio's lying. So which one is it? Because we can look back at the historical events. Israel literally firing rockets into Iran did not start this conflict. But then the fact that they got intel that Israel was going to strike, all of a sudden now they have to do a preemptive strike. Explain that for me.
All you doing is just up here yapping, bro. At least we have something tangible to look at.
You have nothing tangible. I'm pointing to 8 months ago when Israel literally, when Israel 8 months previously. Listen, Tarus, listen to me. 8 months previous.
Which one of us?
8 months previous, Israel already fired rockets into Iran.
Who struck the nuclear facilities and said
Israel,
completely?
It wasn't 8 months previous. 8 months previous, Israel literally fired rockets into Iran. Can you deal with that point? Can you deal with my point?
1 second, friends, because Tarus' microphone. Tarus, you are not going to overtalk nobody on this conversation because you might keep being drawn out. So,
my bad.
No, it's fine. Reply to Teriak's statement and then ask the question that you want to ask him so we can end this back and forth, and then I bring the people that haven't talked on the panel. Teriak, make a statement. Tarus, engage with it and ask him the question back that you want to ask him. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
8 months previous, Israel already struck Iran, and that didn't start this conflict. But then the fact that they got intel that Israel was going to strike, but then all of a sudden they have to do a preemptive strike. Before 8 months ago, Trump was able to call a ceasefire and it stopped it. But 8 months later, Trump doesn't call a ceasefire, which tells us, through reason and not being low IQ, that Trump actually wanted to go into Iran.
So you repeating low IQ doesn't make your take any less wrong. Let me
Can you deal with the point?
once again. Stop. Let me repeat. 8 months ago, Trump bombed the nuclear facilities of Iran, and I quote, completely obliterated. By the way, to the audience, this is one of the conflicts he claimed, one of the wars he claimed he ended. It wasn't just a ceasefire.
Story. Can you deal with my point?
Considered the 12-day. Shh, be quiet. This was considered the 12-day war, one of the wars he claimed he ended, which were once again somehow magically back in. And then Teriyaki, did you not listen to yourself? You literally just repeated what Marco Rubio told us.
Why?
That Israel was going to strike first, and so because they was going to retaliate and hit us, we decided to go back. You literally just repeated what Marco Rubio and I told you. What
Okay, here's the question. Why didn't Trump just call another ceasefire then?
Why did Trump say we won a war that we're still sending?
Don't answer my question, you low IQ goldfish.
1 point. And I'm not going to answer this dumbass takes anymore. Fatty, I'm done.
Yeah, because you can't, because you're a low IQ goldfish. Next.
What he's saying is because they won. Because Trump claimed victory. He said they won the war. That's why he called for a ceasefire, because he already claimed victory and said he won, and now he's back there bombing them for the same exact reason.
And did he not claim that he won this conflict as well? So why didn't you just call another ceasefire?
Correct. Yeah, so that's the kind of the point. Is that he's been trying to get a ceasefire in this as well. He's been begging for a ceasefire since like after the first week.
Yeah, but 8 months ago it worked.
Yeah, but hold on, they are two separate events. Hold on, Tom. You're over here. You're over here. This is framing. Hold on. This is crazy. First of all, yeah, we did have one first conflict. You know what happened? We whooped their ass. They capitulated. Then we have a new conflict. They started, hey, we're gonna do some more bullshit. And guess what? Now they're the weakest they've ever been. They've got no Navy. It's out the bottom of the ocean. They have no Air Force at all. The two T-14 Tomcats they had blown to hell. They had so many people searching for our guys when we had one little fuck up and we got in and out. They've got such a bad ass whooping. They're shooting like 2 drones a day now. Like, this is a whooping in every practical sense. They thought they were going to give us a blockade. Now they're overseeing. We literally have quotes from their president right now in a leak saying they cannot handle the economic pressure and the infrastructure damage that Trump is putting on them, and they are weeks away from collapse because they won't be able to pay their military. They won't be able to pay their leadership. This has been an unequivocal ass beating of generational proportions. I tell you what, I can't believe that you're going to sit here and act like, they lied about this, they lied about world leaders lie all the time. Trump said he wanted one thing. It's called the art of deal. You say something really extreme, and then we get a middle ground that you wanted in the first place. That's what you wanted, but you didn't start with. And guess what we're doing now? China's capitulating. Venezuela's crying over here, doing whatever we want. And guess what? Cuba, you're next. I hope you're paying attention because this could be you. And if you want these hands, we'll give them to you. And we're going to put Mr. Rubio as the president of all these countries. And it's great because guess what y'all are doing? They're all over here crying because we're taking back the economy of the world with the petrodollar being in the United States' hands.
But not Russia, right?
Good. Well, fuck Russia.
Oh, dude. We're gonna go to war with China now too. You gotta be fucking kidding.
It's a cold war. We're already at Cold War with them. Are you
it's a Cold War. So okay, so they don't want. We're not saying you want these hands. It's a Cold War. Okay, so totally.
Yeah, I mean, if they want these hands, they can get them. But right now, we're currently at a Cold War, economic war with China. They're our adversary. Do you disagree with that?
Isn't Trump
yes,
trying
there
to
are
be
adversaries. We're not going to a full-scale.
Nobody said go to war. You said go to war.
You just said they were threatening. If they want these hands, they can get them. That's what that means.
Sure.
What is it?
It's called posturing.
Okay, so you were saying that. I don't know why you backed off of it immediately.
I didn't back off at all.
Flip-flop over.
What are you confused about? What are you confused about?
You're the one who's confused. You said that they want these hands. You're acting like we're threatening China to go to full-scale war with them, and we're not.
Yeah, we're saying do something, bitch. You see what Iran's getting? You want some of this too? Like, guess what? Hey, if they think they can go take Taiwan, they can get the whoop in there, but they're not going to. So we're going to keep getting our chips produced by Taiwan. We're sitting here. We just made a pact with Indonesia to hold the Strait of Malacca. I can't say the word, whatever. But it's got 25% of the war, 25% of the ocean revenue goes through that strait, and we just signed a mutual defense pact with Indonesia, who controls that. Oh, guess what? You don't think this is all some sort of economic long game? If you don't, then guess what? I don't want to say it's low IQ, but you're at least ignorant of how foreign policy works at the world stage. Sorry.
Let me get. Go 1 second. Go see. HQ, you did the confused face. Do you have anything to add to this?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out if United States has such a foot on the neck of Iran. Why is it that J.D. Vance came back and they couldn't make a deal? If the United States was so much the man, why is it that they couldn't make a deal on Saturday? They got all the advantage. You said they got all the advantage.
Right.
They the big dogs in the yard. Why is it that they came back without the two things that they actually wanted? Them giving them the nuclear or uranium, giving them the uranium, and them getting out of the Strait of Hormuz, because the United States doesn't have the advantage. This is all Iran. There's just bluster on your part. That's it. They can't
that's
stop.
not true.
Iran has been there for 5,000 years. We only been here for 250. You think might is the place that they're going to win? You're not going to win through might. That uranium is 300 miles inside of Iran. We're going to have Americans dying in those mountains. Stop.
Admiral Gibbs and Chaotic, right? Can y'all answer HQ question, right?
Yeah.
If the United States has so much leverage, why are these negotiations being so hard to actually get to like the place where the United States actually feel comfortable? Admiral, and then Chaotic, and then we kind of.
This is very easy. This is actually very easy, right? So I don't know if y'all have ever talked to a flat earther before, but they're irrational. And what we have right now is basically the equivalent of a government that is a flat earther. And this is the reason one. It's two-part reasons right here. One is they're all flat earthers of political sphere. They're all religious zealots. They're sitting here going to be a theocracy. They're not what we call rational actors. They don't care. The other reason is power. Every time one of these people at top that stands still, stands firm, gets taken out, guess what? Someone new rises as their golden opportunity to be the big guy. And if they're the one that can negotiate the peace with the great Satan and look like they're a tough guy, they're going to keep doing it. And so what? That's what they keep doing. And then China over here is whispering and they're trying to do one thing. But yeah, that's why they're doing it. And also, J.D. Vance got put in home as the fraud guy. And we have Marco Rubio doing most of this. It's called the State Department. They have separation of powers. Yeah, J.D. Vance does this. But yeah, guess what? It comes down to Rubio in the end, at the end of the day. And the secondly, and the finally, like I said, how are you going to sit here and act like we're not beating that up? It's Persia is what that has existed there for 5,000, 4,000 years. Not Iran. Iran is a drawing of the Western powers post-World War II. We came in there after World War II, and we said, guess what? We own you, and we drew up the land just how we wanted, because that's what we do as the superpower. So you're just wrong unequivocally at every level. And guess what? There's a reason why the Kurds are one of the big minorities there. You have the Taliban, before they got invaded by Pakistan, was talking about potentially fighting Iran over water. And so all these things are just mitigating factors that you're ignoring. And yay, you know what? You're right there. Clearly you didn't bring any of that up, but you know more than me on this subject.
Slow down.
Patty, respectfully, he did not answer HU's point about leverage.
He said to talk fast if we're going to talk long.
It's totally fine. We're going right back to the drawing board, and if he doesn't want to, I have chaotic answer. Why is it be so difficult since the United States have all the power?
I did answer. I said they're not rational actors. One, because they're basically religious zealots, and I said power. Someone else can step up. Now, hold on. Just because y'all didn't listen or didn't understand what I was saying because I spoke fast, was trying to respect people's time and get it out there quickly. This is not my fault. That's on you. So don't say I didn't answer. Don't run away.
Make a deal because they're irrational religious zealots. That's the answer.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to explain to the flat earthers what the flat earth is, what the round earth is?
You think this
I'm
administration?
sorry, I think you need to read The Art of the Deal.
Didn't
You don't
Obama
go to war
make
with
a
irrational
deal
actors.
with Iran?
Yeah. And it was
And
terrible.
it was working.
It was not working.
And it was
That's why they enriched it at 60%. And the international organization Overwatch said that they weren't doing this. So you're just lying again.
After we pulled out of the deal, they enriched to 60%. You can't say the deal wasn't working. But after we pulled out, they started enriching.
Absolutely
That's
false.
ridiculous.
Stop lying.
I'm not lying. You're lying. I think it sounds like
Every evidence
you
is
can feedback loop, by the way.
all saying Iran was in compliance. Stop.
To Ruse, you know why your mic's cutting out? I know the answer to this. It's actually if it's not bashing, if you put a headset on, you're getting a feedback loop. So whenever somebody else talks, it cuts you out. I wasn't trying to bash you there on that one. Just it was not like
dogs are upstairs, so I got to be listening.
No. Yeah, your microphone is loud, but it's one of those microphones that is so good. It's like the equalizer or mixer, whatever. So when you talk, if somebody talking, it drowns out. But I'll make sure to tell you so you can actually get your turn. HQ, you want to add anything to this before I bring Chaotic and Ghosty to the middle?
No, I mean, the fact that he says that these people are irrational and they're not thinking clearly, and I think they're thinking very clearly. I think they had a strategy before the Americans came to try to take over whatever they wanted to take over. I think Iran is on track to do exactly what they've been doing or wanting to do. Because don't you think they've been sitting there waiting for the American people to come get them? They've been waiting there for all this time because Netanyahu has been in the United States ear all this time trying to get them to attack Iran. They're waiting for Americans to come over there. They're waiting for you to put ground troops on land. So no, the United States don't have control of this whole thing. They just don't.
Yeah.
They're
Real quick,
playing
HU.
like everybody else.
How did that work out for Khamenei, the dude they blew up? How did that work out for him?
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
What, the leader?
The leader they blew up.
And then they immediately replaced him with somebody else. What?
And they blew him up. And then they replaced him again, and they blew him up. And then they replaced him again, and we blew him up. And now they apparently have a leader, which is a cardboard cutout of the dude because he got blown up as well.
And yet and still, Saturday, Vance walked out there with his tail tucked between his legs, didn't have a deal.
Because you do not negotiate with terrorists.
Oh my goodness. The whole point is to negotiate. What do you mean? The whole point in doing this is to negotiate.
You do not negotiate with terrorists.
If you don't negotiate with terrorists, why are they negotiating with terrorists? Kind of because they kind of
time for the Iranian people to rise up.
No. If you say you don't negotiate with terrorists, but JD Vance is saying that Donald Trump on multiple tweets saying you better take this deal or else, isn't that kind of negotiating?
No, you're buying time because Pakistan has nukes. So you have to make sure that you don't upset Pakistan too much, and you buy time for the Iranian people to rise up and overthrow the regime themselves.
Wait, but you just said that he negotiated a deal with them and a ceasefire with them 8 months ago. You just said that.
No, I was saying that this whole theory that you have in your head that Israel controls America, how could Trump say ceasefire and then Israel control them? It makes no sense. Why would Israel fire a rocket and then tell Trump to call a ceasefire?
Us as well. We negotiated the ceasefire. We were negotiating with them. We were part of that war. We were also bombing them.
Yeah, you told Israel to stand down, and Israel stood down.
What does that have to do with anything? Did he negotiate with Iran? Yes or no?
At war again.
Yes or no? Did
he negotiate with Iran? He told Israel to stand down, and Israel stood down, which defeated your point that Israel controls America, which is another low IQ
so they just decided to randomly stand down. The United States also stood down randomly. Just no reason. They just stood down. Okay.
America wasn't in the conflict 8 months ago.
What? Yes, we
bombed
were.
the facilities, Terriot.
8 months ago.
Literally bombed their nuclear facilities. What are you talking
about? You sent in B-2 bombers to nuke their bunkers. But in terms of the conflict that we're seeing right now, the crisis with the Strait of Hormuz and all this kind of shit, that wasn't there 8 months ago. So again, back to my point, you do not negotiate with these terrorists.
Okay.
Let me get CT and interrupted and then go see. Okay. Chaotic? Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
How are you doing, sir?
Pretty good.
Question for you. From the ground. Do you think the United States? Do you think Israel dragged the United States to this war, or you think there was actually always a strategic motive to actually get into it, and it was just an excuse?
There was a strategic motive.
Do you believe if Israel wasn't involved in this situation, the United States would attack Iran regardless, just a matter of time?
Yes.
Based on that, do you think that all these pundits that are criticizing Donald Trump for starting a war, do you think, or for attacking Iran, do you think that they are low IQ, like Trump is calling them, or do you think they have actually clear and
without a shadow of a doubt, each and every last one of them should be flogged and beaten in front of the White House for their treachery?
You think they're traitors?
Absolutely. I'm an American. I know a traitor when I see one.
If you were an American, you would be pro-free speech.
Let him finish his final. I'll give you all the floor. Let Chaotic is going to go on his monologue, so let him land.
I'm not going to monologue at all. I'm just
no. It's fine. It's fine. Let him go on a parachute, and then y'all got it. It's my responsibility. Go ahead, Chaotic.
Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, all of them. Anybody who is undermining America right now, especially right now, is a traitor. and they should be brought up on charges. And if it were up to me, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I would tar and feather, to be honest with you, on national TV in front of the White House for their treachery and for supporting Islam. Islam is the worst. I already told you, man. I do not support Islam.
Well, you're
I don't want to say anti. Fatty, why is it that when I'm on a panel, I don't say anything? I let everybody talk, and everybody's cutting me off. Can I just finish what I'm saying?
You are totally right, sir. You are totally right, sir. We are going to fight. Let's go. Let's go. I agree with him. I agree. Let's go.
Give me 15 more seconds. I'm gonna say it again. They are turncoats. America is the greatest country on the planet. If it were not for America, I would argue we'd be in a damn Stone Age. Any foot on the neck of Islam is a good thing, in my opinion, to be completely honest with you. I'm going to land my plane right there. Go ahead, guys.
Damn, now everybody quiet? That's crazy.
I wanted to ask, what charges should they be brought up on? You said they should be brought up on charges. What charges?
Yeah.
What law?
What charges?
Well, obviously, bro, I'm not an attorney. Obviously, they've broken no law, right? Obviously, I'm speaking from the sense of a proud patriot in my own opinion. But nevertheless, man, it is not the time right now to undermine Donald Trump and his administration in this country. This country is literally policing the planet. This country is literally responsible for the global supply chain. And anytime you undermine this president, anytime you undermine this administration, you create people who will undermine systems and authority in America. I live around a college. I live in a university, a very respectable private college. You should see the stupid kids they literally have Free Palestine shirts on walking around. You can't make this stuff up. They literally will wear the enemy's clothing right now. You have women who would literally say Free Palestine and Free Iran, even though if they were in Iran under that government, they would have to walk around with a goddamn burqa on. These people are stupid. And I really believe undermining our government, you create another generation of stupid kids who will create policy, who will undermine the next government, the next regime, the next administration, excuse me.
Okay, so there is no law. It's the First Amendment says that obviously people have to be able to say what it is that they want. And when you say that this isn't the time to be speaking against our president, this is exactly the time, not only because he's dragging our country into an unnecessary war where he could have just stayed in the JCPOA where we had peace with these countries in the first place. But on top of that, Donald Trump is betraying everything that he ran on. While he is correct on everything that he said about, Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and all of these people and how stupid they are and that they're morons. Well, those are his biggest followers. Those are some of the people who helped get him elected for the bull crap that he ran on. And one of those things was not being the world police. So while you're sitting here saying, well, we're policing the world, Donald Trump ran on not policing the world, not getting into new wars, promised he was only going to end wars. He would not get into any wars. And now he's not only in a war, but on top of that, he is trying to police the other countries, as he said he would never do.
Isolationism, I believe, was
Tom,
the key word.
You are a good guy. We've spoken before, but I think you're a bit of a naive fool. And I'm saying that with all due respect. Sir, if it were not for the United States of America, bro, the greatest country that I live in and that you live in, sir, let's just be completely honest, man. Do you really want to live under Sharia law? Do you really want to live under dictatorships? Hold on for a second. Let me just finish, man. Let me finish because, I'm so tired of this treacherous behavior from people on the left. It's sickening listening to you guys, to be completely honest with you. Bro, let me tell you something right now, White, because all of you leftists are sitting on high horses here. You don't give a goddamn about no Iranians. Just like last week or the week before when I was over here, when I said you don't give a goddamn about Iranian children, just like you don't give a goddamn about Congolese children who are artisanal miners, mining cobalt for your goddamn cell phones. You need to stop. Everybody needs to stop playing this moral game in America, living in the lap of luxury here. The fact of the matter is we should police this planet. And you know why we should police it? because we have the power and the will and the manifest destiny to do it. Tom, I don't want to live under Islam. These people literally were slavers for thousands of years. Do you want that back? Do you want that back? Do you want these people to come over here and destroy a civilization, which they will do because they want to live like it's the stone goddamn age? Not me. Do you listen? I see China is making impressive inroads. That's the next topic. Do you want to live under a Chinese paradigm or an Asian paradigm? I want to live under Western civilization, buddy. And I'm only 41. I'm going to try my best to be a curator, to be a steward of Western civilization. You guys are destroying it. You guys on the left, to be completely honest with you, man.
See,
I mean,
that's
I'm in favor of us policing the rest of the
different.
world, which is why I was against Donald Trump. I think we should police the rest of the world. The things that Donald Trump ran on were absolutely stupid. And yes, isolationism is a very stupid thing to run on and campaign on. But on top of that, I'm not afraid of Sharia law from Muslims. I'm afraid of Sharia law from people like you who want to tar and feather somebody just because they said something against your president.
See, that's the difference between the left and the right. The left understands that criticism is a part of the accountability that we're putting up against our government. People confuse criticism with disloyalty. That is not disloyalty. That is us holding our government accountable because we elected them. That doesn't make us disloyal. We're just as patriotic as any other person here.
That's not true.
Yeah, but you're criticizing HQ. You're criticizing Trump for calling out his own side.
Let the land and then HQ, and then I want Ghosty and Kamal over here. Atina, save the last for best.
You have it backward. When you say we're not patriotic, if we criticize, you got it backward. In a democracy, questioning leadership is a part of being engaged in our country. It is not disloyalty. This is something that we're supposed to do. We're supposed to hold our people accountable.
Yeah, you're supposed to criticize people even if they're on your own side. You don't play team games, which is what Trump is doing by calling out, like you guys claimed, that the reason why Trump got elected was because of Tucker Carlson, Candace Owen, and all this kind of stuff. And now Trump is calling them out for being low IQ because they're making erroneous claims that Israel dragged us into this war. So Trump's doing what you just preached, AQ.
It's also ludicrous that she says that they're patriotic. Last person that criticized the left, that to that extent, they took out, his name was Charlie Kirk, and then the left danced on his grave and sold images of him getting shot. It's outrageous that you're going to sit here and say these despicable things and say we hate all these people, and then, oh, Lord, you should leave, you're the evil one. I've walked down the road, and I've seen people on protest, and every time someone's screaming and saying the worst things to someone that's lefty, if I say, for example, and it won't even be that hard to take, oh, you know what, I'm a Southern Baptist, right? And you know the Southern Baptists, they don't like the LGBTQ. But you know what? And I'll tell you something. The truth will set you free. Martin Luther King said that. You might have heard of it, right? And when I say I don't give a shit if they're gay, you can take me at my face. But if I sit here and say, oh, I'm a Southern Baptist, all of a sudden, you know what they're going to do on the left? You're going to sit here and scream, how this man's evil. This man's awful. He wants all these things. Because guess what? You can't take any criticism. And when you sit here and say you're patriotic, it's an outright lie. You'll sit here and squash things left and right. Remember when we wanted to talk about COVID? We couldn't do that on YouTube. We can talk about all these things. And so y'all sit here and put down all these laws and say, oh, Lord, we're going to sit here and be patriotic. And then y'all are the ones killing people that disagree with you. You're the ones that are sitting here saying, putting down laws, saying we can't talk about things. And then y'all want to try to turn around and put this branding onto Trump, saying that's what he's doing. That's not what he's doing. He's been saying he's going to whoop Iran's ass since the 80s, if you've been listening. And when y'all talk about inconsistency, he didn't say isolationism. We've called it back, going back to the Monroe Doctrine, or a modern version, the Donroe Doctrine, where we control our hemisphere. We look out for America first at a worldwide level. And you just maybe have been sitting here and mischaracterizing that and lying, but that's the truth. And maybe you should pay attention to what the truth is, and y'all wouldn't be so confused. Thank you.
So what did Trump say? What did Trump say about the senators that got
Hallelujah.
Our hemisphere?
What did Trump say about the senators that got shot, about Nancy Pelosi's husband, about executing people in Congress, blah, 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 blah. But besides that, you guys are all fucking hypocrites. You guys, so we started with no new wars. We started with isolationism. We don't want to get involved in Ukraine because America's done policing the world. Okay, you guys are absolute fools if you think we are involved in Iran because we're afraid of Islam extremism. This is again another fucking excuse. We're only there because Israel wants us there.
Yeah,
if
and
Israel
Ghosty,
was
yeah,
fighting
England
Russia,
said the
shut
exact
up.
same thing.
Shut up. If Israel was fighting
said,
Russia, we
England
would
said
be
the exact
fighting
same
Russia.
thing, and the rapes have skyrocketed by 10. The rapes in England was 8,000, and now they're 80,000 in England because they said Islam's not a threat to Britain.
This isn't Britain, dude. This has
okay?
nothing to do with Muslims.
It's Islam.
moving
We're
to
talking about
America.
Islam. Islam
You
can
are
go fuck
fools.
itself.
It has nothing to do with that. Also, you guys are
that's not an
fucking.
argument.
You guys are so
Not an
fucking
argument, Ghosty.
hypocritical because you guys act like religious
Again, that's a
zealots in our
fallacy.
government.
That's the
You guys
hypocrisy
act
fallacy.
like the Islamist.
Yeah, I could be a hypocrite all I want.
Can you stop talking when I'm talking? It's
refute
the
my
first time I'm fucking
point.
talking.
You're,
Jesus.
all you're doing is doing ad homs fallacies.
I'm not.
You need to actually make an argument.
I actually am.
Yes, you are.
You're not fucking listening.
Yeah, sitting here and saying we're all fools. Address our arguments, not us.
I called you hypocrites and then I explained why.
That's not addressing our arguments. Calling us hypocrites is not addressing our
Well,
arguments.
if you talk over me, you probably can't hear my fucking argument, so.
It's
Your
also
arguments,
not an
blah blah blah. You're all fools. Blah 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 blah.
you don't-
says
don't
the
use
guy
the word
who had
ad hom if you don't know
repeated
what it
low IQ losers for the first 30 minutes of the
I
entire
proved
debate.
that you're low IQ because you're not able to answer questions.
You didn't answer our questions. What are you talking about? You immediately shut the fuck up.
Oh my, see this?
Answer the question. I answered the
real
question.
quiet, real quick,
Yeah,
bro.
you see what I'm saying? He's sitting there, got to go. Oh, you guys aren't asking our questions. Why didn't Trump call another ceasefire? Can you answer that question, Tom?
I already did.
Oh, okay, yeah, you didn't.
He
You
won
see,
the war.
you're a disingenuous prick.
Okay. Did I say because he said we won the war? Did I say that? Yes or no? Just yes or no. I don't need another ramble from you. Yes or no? Did I say because Trump said we won the war?
I'm asking you, why did he not call another ceasefire this time round, Tom?
He did. He's been calling for. He's been trying to negotiate one. What are you talking about? We're in the middle of negotiations right now. We're
You
trying
want
to
to
get a
shut up
ceasefire.
on social media
are you
about the
talking about?
ceasefire. Like, what
Yeah.
are
Are you
talking
crazy?
about?
Have you been asleep
Yeah,
the
so
whole
8 months ago, he called ceasefire and Israel stood down. And now they're trying to do a ceasefire. But like I explained to that, he's using their own tactic against them. The same way Iran negotiated with Obama when Obama sent them over planes full of cash, and you were like, that's a good deal, which again highlights how you're low IQ. See how I proved that, Ghosty, that you're low IQ by sending money to terrorists? You think that's a good deal?
Trump has
That's a
offered
low
to send
IQ
them
take.
money.
I'm not a fan
That's
of
not an ad hoc.
Iran. I'm not
in
a
terms
fan of
of
Islam.
in
but
terms
you guys are
to
idiots
address.
to think we're getting in a
Ah,
war
here
with
we
them
go.
because of
Yeah.
that and not because of Israel. It's just cope. It's literally straight up cope. There's
Yeah,
no
again, that's not
reason.
an
Nobody
argument.
knows why we're there.
Saying that it's cold.
I know why we're there. I know why we're there.
We are allies with Israel, and when they need us, we do it.
one reason.
But when Russia, who is also an enemy of the United States, gets in a war with one of our allies next to NATO,
Not an ally.
we're like, nah. Who cares? We don't
Nah,
want to
you
do
call
this anymore. We
Ukraine-
don't want a world police anymore. You guys have
Hold
no
on, hold
fucking
on.
values. And it's
What do you mean?
it's
You French?
just funny because like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, this is the first time I've actually seen MAGA stand up for their values and not go against their own values in support and following Trump. But his followers are
TDS
clearly
Hold on.
deterring
This
the
is
other way.
Sweetie, you've
This is-
TDS.
This
I'm
is
still trying to figure out how the 4 horsemen of MAGA are somehow traitors now. Like, this makes
The
no
four
sense. You're talking about 4 people who, if they
Sure.
didn't exist, Trump as president would never exist.
Bro,
Like,
ain't
and he's
Ross
calling
that's
them
more
out.
cool than any of them. Like, what are you
Poor
talking
dude
about,
who
bro?
had woe with this
Candace
guy,
Owens is
man.
basically Alex Jones now. Like, come on, bro. Like, are you saying this with
yeah.
his face?
Bro, are you
Yeah,
serious?
MAGA
Like,
is
you-
Trump, not
Bro,
Tucker
bro, she's
Carlson.
like, if she was a boxer, her name would be Candace. It's the Jews, Owens. Like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Like, she's outrageous. She's talking about lizard people the other day. Like, you gotta be fucked up talking about her being serious.
Guys,
Yeah,
love
the left has been saying this for 3 fucking years about Candace Owens, and all of a
That was
sudden it's
bad.
like, oh, wow,
You guys
Candace is
literally
crazy.
loved that lizard talk for 10 years, and now instantly it's a bad thing. This is
Oh,
why
man.
nobody takes MAGA and conservative seriously, because you don't take yourself seriously. This is
No,
insane.
that's not true because
Again, this is not an
Candace
argument.
started going like
You
left
guys are not
and
serious. Can you make a
everyone
point?
started to separate
I
themselves
did make a
from
point,
her.
bro.
Oh, and Obama didn't send plane
saying we're
loads
not
of money.
serious is not a point, bro.
Obama didn't send
Yeah.
plane loads of money over there just to bribe them. We owed them that money because they bought equipment from us that never arrived, so Obama sent the money back. We did not send money over there just to be given
HQ.
money.
Iran already just made a hell of a lot more under Trump with this whole Strait of Hormuz fiasco than the pallets of cash. It's an obsolete talking point, but they still up here yapping.
Yep.
Right?
They've made more money post.
Trump said
not
he
a
was going
point.
to enter
They made more money is what
He's going to do it too. Trump said
They
that he
made
was
more
also
money.
going to enter into it and try to make money off the Strait of Hormuz with them. Trump wants to become partners with them. So while you guys are sitting here talking about how they're crazy terrorists and that they're so insane, we don't want to deal with people like this, Trump is trying to enter into business deals with them and have them as a partner.
With the
us.
Iranian people, yeah.
That's absolutely correct. With the new regime that we control, that we control.
Normalize them.
Yes.
How well
That's
has
who he's negotiating with.
our regimes that we put in place before worked out?
Pretty good considering we run the Middle East now. We own Saudis, we own the Kuwaitis, we own Qatar, we own Israel, we own Jordan, we own Turkey. These are our bitches. I don't know if you heard of NATO. They're getting bitch slapped right now because they weren't actually our allies. They've been stuck on the tea. And guess what? Ukraine, they don't have the same agreements that we do with Israel. Guess what Israel's got? They have their own versions of the F-35 and F-15 that are better than ours, and we took stuff and taken stuff from them. They invented new tactics to use with these planes. We've taken that and used that. Like, so when you're talking about that versus Ukraine, guess what? Ukraine, now they bought some weapons, they invented some new tech, and they're worth a damn. They negotiated a mineral rights deal with. Okay, now it's worth us getting involved a little bit over there. But as before, no, they weren't our allies. That's why they got our fucking World War II cast-offs that are still better than Russia's top-tier shit. And also, Russia, they thought they were going to do good because of the oil and Iran thing. And then guess what? We gave them intel, and they got their oil refineries bombed. And now they haven't made any money. So also, when you're talking about Iran doing well, you're wrong. They haven't done well. We literally, on tape today, it's all over the news, have the current guy that's being the president told that he can't even say, hey, we can't pay our people. So if they're so rich, how the fuck are they fucking not able to pay their people? Come on. Like, which is it?
Can I ask you a question before Tina and Mr. Kamal goes? Why are the United States so willing to do business with Iran, but they were reluctant to do business with Ukraine? Right? There was a point of time where the United States didn't want to sell weapons to Ukraine. They didn't want to negotiate with Europe. And all of a sudden, for whatever reason, they are very willing to negotiate and put money on the pockets of literally the enemy that is warring, is with conflict with them right now in Israel. Like, why does that happen?
Well, it's pretty simple. One, like I said, it's called 11 super carriers. We got 2 in the region right now. We bombed the shit out of them. The current regime that was there, they're gone. They're dead. They're in the ground. They're literally on the side of a wall. And you're sitting here going, hey, what's the same regime? No, they have a cardboard cutout like this other guy said earlier. I'm sorry, I don't know your name off the top of my head. But yeah, they have a cardboard cutout, and they can't even pretend to bring the real guy out because he's dead. They're posting meme AI videos, and they can't pay you. So, of course, we're going to try to put someone in charge that we own. We are the superpower. We're literally going to own them. And I don't know what happens when you own a business, but you guess what? You pay those people. It's pretty simple. But when Obama did it, he was capitulating. There's a totally different situation. And that was bad policy. And they go, they were following the rule. Okay, how did they get 60% enriched uranium then? How come the inspectors said they were shutting them out? So y'all are just ill-informed or lying. That's the problem, and it's easily fact-checkable.
Hey,
but it's teriyaki, by the way.
If Trump got Obama's 2015 Iranian nuclear deal negotiated, Admiral and Teriyaki would be glazing nonstop. They would be glazing from hard nonstop. And guess what? Obama even got Russia to sign off on that deal. Trump is out on an island by himself.
Iran's ally.
This is pathetic rhetoric coming from you, bro. This is insane.
Yeah, you're a projector.
Of course they're going to sign off on the good deal. If I see my boy taking advantage of the car dealership and just pulling him over the barrel, I'm going to go, yeah, boy, sign that deal. Like, of course they're going to say that. Like, Jesus Christ. What logic is that?
This is coke.
Let me get Tina. Let me get Tina and Kamal over here, and then I'll open the panel, pass the microphone to Chaotic, read the super chats, and then we go to the next topic. There's 280 people watching. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for being here. We're going to read the super chats in a second, and in a few I'll send everybody to the Wake Up Fatty show. So if you're watching these on any platform, please support the content creators. We are going to read every super chat no matter where you send it, so make sure you support them please. Go ahead, Tina, Kamal, and Chaotic take us home. Super chat in a few.
It's kind of hard because it's like there's certain things I agree with like the left and there are certain things I agree with on the right. And normally I'm extremely far right winged, but to say that like someone's above reproach is kind of crazy. And sir, I don't know what your name is. You have that rectangular mic. I think it was a little bit of a Freudian slip when you said challenging this regime. Like that was, and no one said anything when you said that in regards to the Trump administration, and you corrected yourself. But honestly, when I voted for Trump, I do not support Palestine. I'm not a fan of Islam. There's a lot of things that I don't like at all. But when I scrutinized something that Trump had done, when I tell you these people came out and started attacking me the same way, because, and I say this was my temporary insanity, I guess, in college when I was more left wing for a few years of my life, temporary insanity. I noticed the same thing whenever I was like, hey, you guys, we have to be able to have these conversations. And then the people on the left were acting extreme. And now I'm seeing the right wing people do the same exact thing. I think it's hypocritical on both sides. It's like watching a bunch of toddlers fight with each other. And it's very frustrating because both sides have some actual good points. And I may agree with a lot of the policies that Trump's done, but there are certain things that, like, yeah, he should be saying that scrutinizing some of his actions means you're a traitor is absolutely insane. And saying that people like Tucker Carlson needs to be tar and feathered is outrageous. This is the same tactics that the left was doing. It's the whole reason why we separated ourselves. We said that they were violent and all of that. And then you're saying the same type of rhetoric. Like, I really don't understand that. You're doing the same exact
so
thing
real quick, and I'll let you go, Chaotic, after this, but real quick, Athena, I just want to gauge your point. If Tucker Carlson was giving confidential information to the Iranian regime, would he deserve to be tarred and feathered? Yes or no? Just real quick, because I want to pass off the Chaotic. Confidential information to the Iranian regime.
Oh, yes, absolutely, yes.
Okay, Chaotic, go ahead.
No comment. No comment. I don't have a rebuttal. No, that's my opinion, man. I already said what I had to say about it.
What? Damn, Chaotic didn't fight. I'm very surprised on this one. Kamal, you got it, my brother. Comment on anything you heard, Kamal, on these first 50 minutes of back and forth.
Man, I gotta say, man, Fatty, you are the Jerry Springer of the digital streets right now.
Oh, don't do it. We'll be in so well today.
Yeah, you got characters on here, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro.
Y'all doing awesome. Nobody calling nobody names. Hey, by the way, my editor told Teriyaki to ease with the R words because he has a lot of work to do afterwards. So don't do that. Go ahead, come on, my man. Go ahead.
Man, it's been a lot, man, taking this in. First of all, I'm so confused. Teriyaki, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That accent is coming through real thick, bro. I don't know if you Irish or you American, bro.
He's Irish.
Gibbs, they want you to turn down the mic, bro. They say you kind of loud. You sound kind of like a wrestler, bro. This is my thing.
Oh
yeah. For real. I don't really want us to go in a war like this, you feel me? Because I know people that got kids that will be drafted. But goddamn it, if we in a war, I want America to win. I don't want no motherfucking Chinese people ruling over me. F that. I know how the races is out here already. Them Chinese races, hell no. Y'all see what they doing to them African people over there, beating them with sticks and shit? F that. Y'all people be sounding crazy if y'all want America to lose if we in a war. That sounds.
I don't want America to
Who
lose.
said that?
I don't want America to lose. Like I'm totally on America's side. I just don't think that this is like beneficial. Gibbs keeps like bragging that we're beating up on tiny little nations that are nothing compared to us, so that we own Qatar and we own the Oman. Like these are not countries
Yo, guys,
that are
stop that
even
fence
in
riding
our,
shit.
the
Stop
same
that
league
fence
as
riding
us.
shit. If us withdrawing right now means we take the L, absolutely, because that means no more deaths. And so if that means we take the L in a war we should have never been in to begin with, then so be it.
Including American deaths. Yeah, there will be more.
Yeah, but you do understand like the concept of like mowing the grass, right? Like if I don't go and mow the grass, then it's gonna keep popping up. And you know what? I'm gonna say the kind of heartless take, right? And I'm just gonna go ahead and bite the bullet because someone needs to. Like, listen, these people are not our fucking friends. The current regime over there is not our friend. China is not our friend. Russia is not our friend. Venezuela, they're our bitch now, but they're not our friend. All these people right over there, they are working to set up an economic system that is against the United States. That's what BRICS was. I think it's called SYNC now. But that's what they were doing. They're sitting here. It's been an economic world play against us right now, against the petrodollar, against American dominance. They want to move to multipolarity as opposed to unipolarity. If you're disagreeing with that, then you're wrong. I'm just sorry, you're wrong. And now, here's the problem. I don't want to live under any other country rule, whether it's Chinese, Japanese, American, that's not anything that's not American. I'm out. I don't want it. I want to be America first. We should just conquer the world, honestly, and just bring freedom to everybody, and then they can rule it wherever. I don't give a shit. That'd be the best case. But we're not going to do that. In the meantime, though, we have to go mow the grass. And Iran, if you just leave them unattended, they're going to fester like a wound. You don't let a wound get fester. You go in there and clean it out with rubbing alcohol. Now, that might sound bad, but if we don't do this, you know how you're worried about deaths? It's going to be way more deaths when they're over there trying to genocide Israel. It's going to be way more deaths when they're over here spreading Iranian influence, which is a Shia regime against our Sunni allies. That's what's going to be bad too. It's going to be even way worse when they cut off oil to other countries and use that to fund the war in Russia. Oh, so you like talking about all these deaths? You want to sit on your moral high horse, but you're actually causing more deaths by sitting here and want to capitulate instead of getting the job done just because it's icky. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not worried about that. I understand as a rancher that if you go down there, sometimes you got to shove your hand up a cow's ass to save it. And guess what? That's what we're doing now. We're putting our hand in a dirty situation, and we're getting dirty, and we're getting the job fucking done.
But it's not how
and
you
just
do
real
it.
quick,
Like, under
Therese,
Biden,
how many lives,
Yeah, go.
how many American lives are lost per year just training for the military? You even know?
I don't know, but we're talking about combat right now. So
Anywhere between 200 to 400 American lives are lost just having a military. That's the cost doing business. You've lost 15 soldiers so far in this conflict.
Yeah,
This whole thing like we're losing American lives and all this kind of stuff.
A bunch of
moot.
kids that didn't have to die, a bunch of civilians that didn't have to die. Like, I don't get what your
training
point
is
is.
something that's necessary. It's a little bit different going to war, but when we're talking
It's
about like trying to
crazy
deal with
period.
like BRICS,
Yeah, so your whole
nations,
argument
like,
of life, American life, is moot.
They signed up.
Go ahead, Tom.
No, it is, especially when we're talking about an illegal, unprovoked war.
Yes.
Like, seriously,
An
stop
illegal,
trying to minimize
unprovoked
that, bro.
Did Congress declare war?
Oh my God! Hey,
Then it's
Fatty,
not illegal.
Hey, Fatty, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. We should have like a whiteboard of obsolete talking points that we have destroyed. Congress hasn't declared war since 1942. So, audience, according to Teriak, Korea wasn't a war, Vietnam wasn't a war, the Gulf War in the 90s wasn't a war, Iraq and Afghanistan
claimed
wasn't
it was
a war
illegal.
because we didn't declare war. Do you understand how stupid you sound?
Claimed
He
it was
wasn't
illegal.
saying it wasn't a war.
Presidents get this called authorized use of military force, right? So stop this idea of, well, it's not technically it's a war, it's a
it
conflict.
was
You
illegal.
sound like Vladimir Putin. It's not a war, it's a special military.
I have a follow-up question. I have a Teriak.
Wait. He didn't say it wasn't a war though. He didn't he didn't say it wasn't
I
a war.
thought
He
he
was
did.
saying
I
it wasn't
thought he
illegal.
That's
He said it
exactly what I
wasn't
heard.
illegal.
That's my whole point.
That's exactly what I heard. He absolutely said it wasn't a war, Tom.
So let me
He
ask
said-
a question. Let me ask a
even
question.
though Trump and Rubio call it a war, Tom.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question to the panel
he
real
said,
quick.
did Congress declare war? He was asking, did they declare war because you called it an illegal war? And so he's saying, well, it's not. He's saying all of the other wars weren't declared either. So if this one's illegal, then like every conflict that we've been in since World War II would be
Tom,
illegal.
but
as well.
but is that
Every
is that
conflict
is
that
that
we've
is
been in
that
was
one second, friend?
offensive.
Is that semantics? Is that semantics? Because
The war thing is, but again, that wasn't the argument that he was making. So I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't even make sense to get into the like
that was the
semantics.
argument.
That wasn't his.
Tom, respectfully, I think that was the argument he was trying to
Sure.
make.
So who thinks that this conflict/war is legitimate? Put your hand up. Who thinks is legitimate? So we have Admiral.
What do you mean by legitimate?
Legitimate means
Yeah,
it's
what do you mean by
justified.
it?
It's justified.
Like it's
Oh.
justified.
Yes. So we have Bettina. We have Admiral CT.
Like, I don't think it's illegal.
And Terriac.
I
No,
don't
not that. That's why I'm not using the word legal or illegal, because technically none of these wars were authorized by Congress.
Like,
to be
there's a
honest.
good
Like,
reason to start it. Is that?
Do y'all
Yeah,
like
like
the? So
Should we be
explain
going to
why-
war?
Me, it's way
Here
more
you go.
complicated than that.
Can I
Could we
explain
go
why
on?
we're
Absolutely.
Tom, the reason why we consider Tom, if we're going to use like Iraq standards when we're talking about illegal. So remember how Iraq ended up being a legal war because they lied about weapons of mass destruction? This is how we're talking about a legal war because they're still talking about nukes that they said they obliterated 8 months ago.
Yeah, well, so
They
that's why I
still
would say
have
like it's
they
it's
still have the
problematic
uranium.
because
It's all
Donald
they do is
Trump
dig it out.
pulled us out. Donald Trump pulled us out of the JCPOA, which is what started this problem in the first place.
Right.
We wouldn't
in
have
this
to
first
deal
term.
with them enriching uranium to 60%. Under the JCPOA, they never enriched uranium. Then Trump pulls us out. Yes, now they're enriching uranium. So now you've created the problem that now you're going to war with them over. And then same with like, them closing the Strait of Hormuz. You caused them to close the Strait of Hormuz. And now the conflict is over whether or not the Strait of Hormuz is open. So he keeps like setting people's houses on fire and then spitting on it and wanting everybody to thank him for attempting to put it out and failing at it. Like it's that this is kind of like when you say justified or whatever. Like it's kind of that if in a scenario where Iran is enriching uranium, yes, I think it makes sense for the United States to go over there and put a stop to it. But when Iran is agreeing that they will only enrich uranium to civilian levels, just as it was within the JCPOA, and if we come to a similar agreement to the JCPOA, they will agree to that. But Donald Trump refuses to get back into a deal like that and says that instead they can't enrich uranium whatsoever. He's insisting on 0% enrichment. That is where normally the circumstances I would say would call for us to go to war unless they're making good faith attempts to negotiate, and Donald Trump is the one who is not making good faith attempts to negotiate. Then it kind of changes.
Yeah, Tom, they're expecting Iran to honor an agreement Trump pulled us out of. That's no longer it's they call that out directly, man. This is trash.
Let me ask CTD. CT, do you believe that Iran should take Donald Trump's word when a deal is on the table? Do you think they should believe his word? Do you think?
Yeah.
Any justification on why you think they actually should take his word for it?
Because isn't he a master negotiator? No. Has he not? I mean, doesn't he have a proven record of being a negotiator?
And if they don't, they get bombed, bro. Like, it's that simple.
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
do what we want or lose.
You have a president who's a businessman, man. The guy has a proven track record of deals, man. I mean, you think? Come on, man.
He's a track record of bankruptcy.
So let me ask you this, right?
I mean, bankruptcy is legal in America. I'm sorry, you can do that in America.
That doesn't
That's
make
the
you
beauty
a
of
good
America.
business person, though.
Says who?
He's got 6 bankruptcies and 500 plus businesses. That's outrageous. I'm sorry.
Right. I mean, no. Saying who? Saying who? You go? Are you a billionaire?
Are you?
No, but Trump is one. He's won.
Trump is because his daddy was. It's not like he started from the ground up.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
There's not much merit in that. It's like, congratulations.
Oh,
is she wrong for y'all saying, "Oh my God, wasn't he a real estate tycoon"? It's like saying LeBron James Jr. is like saying LeBron James Jr. at 50 is a billionaire. He's supposed to kind of, right?
Fatty, you are not an American. Let me explain to you. Trump.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. American.
Oh,
Fatty. Trump's dad, Fatty, made money off of welfare recipients with his homes and his apartments. Trump 10x'd it, 100x'd the business. So he did have to work hard. Fatty, don't let these Americans fool you. Trump worked hard for what he got, man. He's the master of negotiation, man.
So CT, actually, if Trump put the money that he inherited on the S&P 500, he would have way more money than he has now. Most of the money that actually acquired to go above the billionaire mark was during his president mandate, doing these shenanigans deals with other countries. And for the most part, I don't know if y'all remember, there was a point of time where Donald Trump had a casino. His dad literally went to the casino, bought $1 million in chips, and literally just bounced and went away. Donald Trump might be the mess, like he might test the results, but if you actually look at history, I think anybody on this panel just putting the money on the S&P 500 and going to sleep for 20 years would actually have better results than him. Matter
Atlantic
of
City
fact,
is a wreck. I go there almost every year. Before Trump, it was really nice, and now it's a piece of shit. Like literally.
Fatty, who do you invest with? Fidelity? Who do you invest with? I'm curious. Who do you invest with? The who?
The Giro is a stock exchange. The Giro, DEGENIRO.
So have you ever traded in indices? Because you named it S&P, right? That's the indice, right? You ever traded in indices?
You're talking about index funds?
Yeah, the index. Have you ever
Yes,
traded?
I have money on the S&P 500. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so are you a retail stock trader, or do you have a license or?
No. I'm a retail.
How would you know? So how would you know what somebody's outcome would be? How would you know?
Because the S&P 500 has an average yearly, and I can literally go and see how was the S&P 500 doing in 82 and how the S&P 500 is doing now. I can go and see the amount of money Donald Trump inherited from his dad, and I can literally make an assessment. Y'all not going to get me with this. I wouldn't recommend you to do that to me. That's the same. Right?
How much did he? Fatty,
Hey,
how much did Donald Trump inherit from it? How much did Donald Trump inherit?
$300 to $400 million.
Dude, his dad didn't have that kind of money when he
absolutely did.
It's a count. Hold on. If this number is accurate, hold on. Hold on. I got this one. Hold on. It's $400 million. If you account for inflation, right, bro? Hold on.
Looky, Donald Trump got a head start from his dad. Can we just keep it at that? He got a head start.
Sure. I'll take that. But he's all.
Damn, there we go. He got a head start.
But hold on.
One second. I got you, Admiral. So Donald Trump, as a source, claimed that he got $1 million, a small loan of $1 billion. The New York Times, after investigative reports based on 100,000 pages of tax returns, found out he was $413 million.
Hey, I'll grant that.
Y'all can do whatever you want now. Chaotic and Admiral to the floor. I'll just report the news.
One question, Fatty.
Like,
one question, just one question to you, Fatty. If what you were saying is, because you know a lot of this stuff on Google is bullshit, right? Even on people's network. If what you were saying is so true, why was his brother an airline pilot?
Well, I'll even.
No, well, let Fatty answer. Fatty, if what you're saying is true, let's assume everything you're saying is true.
Yes.
Why was his brother an airline pilot?
Because he likes to fly planes, and because because he likes to fly planes, and the second one. One second. No, let me actually tell you. Flight pilots are probably top 5 in the most well-paid professionals if you're not taking motherfucking diamonds from the floor. So his money, so his money and his status. There's no more, if a pilot comes into the room, as long as he's not the president of something, the pilot probably is the most high status in 99% of the rooms and is the best paid in those rooms. Why wouldn't he become a pilot if he likes to fly planes?
Yeah,
on top of that,
I just want to point out. I just want to point this out because you were saying if I was to get $1 million from my dad and to just throw it in the S&P and wait 20 years, I would make a better return than Donald Trump. That was your claim, Fatty.
No, that was not my claim. That was not my claim. One second. My claim was if you pick the money that he inherent, which is $414, if you put that money on the S&P 500 in 2019, not in 2010, not in 2000, not in. If you put that 6 years ago, the S&P 500 literally doubled the money. So if you connect that to his fact that he's doing business deals using his presidency role, you would have clearly way more than $1 billion. You still will be a billionaire.
Well, hold on,
one second, please. Only in 5 years. This is not. This is not debatable. What are we doing?
Hold on.
One sec. Because if it was to double, if it was to double in value, you still wouldn't have $1 billion.
No,
And Trump is multiple billions.
I get to respond to this. I would like to respond to what you said, Patty, since you said
I got you, Tom. Don't worry about it.
I'll go to you, Tom.
I just before they keep responding to something.
What is that, Ghosty?
Context, I want to correct like
My
what's
bunny.
being said. So Trump gained yes about a 400 million in a bunch of different ways. Like a lot of it was through like. Some of it was stocks, some of it was real estate, some of it was businesses. Him and his brother also sold their dad's business for like $170 million or something like that. And it was, so it ended up being a total of 400 million over the course of like years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like he was just given, where he says I was given a small loan of $1 million. It wasn't like they just gave him $400 million in one sitting. It was over a bunch of different a bunch of different ways, a bunch of different means, a bunch of different periods in time. It was so, and then on top of that, you add inflation to it, and like how much that would be today, it would be very different numbers. But yeah.
So you disagree with the statement, just to make sure. So you disagree with the statement that Donald Trump is not outpacing, like the original statement was, is the master of the deal, and I'm saying. Technically, anybody on this conversation, if we inherit the money that he has and did conservative investment, we will be very close to what he has. Is that an unfair statement, Tom, or you agree?
The reason that's like really important is because people who like, if you go work at a like a record label or something like that, by far the majority of people that they bring in, they fail with, right? They'll fail with like 99% of the artists that they bring in. They don't make albums. They don't get on like the Billboard top 100 or anything like that. But the 1% who does ends up bringing in all of the money to pay off for those people plus more. And so that's kind of what it is with somebody like Donald Trump, where you have that much money, you have this many chances to keep gambling with the money and eventually make money, where they say like, oh, he went bankrupt this short amount of times out of like 500 businesses. Well, yeah, if you get chances at 500 businesses, you got to hit like big once or twice only. And so yes, most people don't have millions and millions of dollars to invest in that many businesses and fail that many.
So I would like to respond now. All right, couple things. Let's just, hey guys, my conservatives, trust me, I got this one. Just like let them. It's gonna sound like I don't know.
Tom, come over here, Tom.
But just trust old Papa for a second. All right. First of all, let's just grant Fatty's premise, except for the S&P thing, that he got 413 million. We don't even have to do what Tom Foley said. Let's just say he got it straight cash or whatever method Fatty wants to claim. I'm going to let him say all that because I don't really give a shit about any of that because that's not important to the point we're going to make. Let's just grant all that. Okay. So first of all, we can all say 413 billion is less than 413 million is less than $1 billion. So that sounds like it's less than $500 million. So okay, cool. We at least doubled it. So that's at least pretty good. Secondly, we got to factor in 70% of wealthy families, the top 1%, they lose their money by the second generation. So, okay, he's in the top 30 percentile at least. And not only is he in the top 30 percentile, he's actually doubling his fucking inheritance if we just take Fatty at face value. So, no, it would be better than the S&P, even at Fatty's best argument. Even with his argument granting all the money, that's just not true what you said. It's not true because one, that's accounting, like Tom said, for over the course of lifetime, valuing it for inflation. It's not like he got this 413 mil straight cash yesterday and it's in today's dollars. That's important. Tom will agree with that, and you just laid it out. Now, even if we grant that premise, no, it's just not happening. Secondly, y'all brought up the businesses. He's got over 400 or 500 businesses, 6 bankruptcies total. Wow. I wish I had that ratio. I own 3 businesses, and I had to fucking sell one. I didn't even want to sell it. I sold it because I wanted to buy something else. If I maybe did as good as Trump, I could have kept that business and maybe made 5 more. And they've got 1 bankruptcy. That would have been pretty good. You know what? Like, this is a common practice in business to have bankruptcies, especially at the high level. So that argument's out the window. Now, let's just go talk one more thing. When you sit here and say, oh, you're blaming him saying his daddy gave him, let's say his daddy gave him all this cash straight. You're mad that his dad was successful and taught his son not to be like like this other 70% of losers, and he was took that advantage and ran with it, and was one of the most premier developers in all of New York City, the crown jewel of the economy in the United States, until Dallas came along and stole all that shit, because we're better here in Texas than we know it, like Globo Gym. And I gotta say, when y'all sit here and call me a wrestler, by the way, I love it. That's good. I'm trying to match the energy. Daddy puts on a good show and has all these people dancing and all these gifs. And you know what? I gotta say, if we're gonna do that, you gotta bring some charisma. And the whoopings are happening right now. And I don't even need charisma because we're just speaking fact.
Well, the problem is that we can't fail them many times, though. The
Tom,
rest
I
of us
put
can't
you up
fail
there
them
for
many
you
times.
to
We
be a
fail.
moderator,
Life
Tom.
is over.
Hey, friends. Which billionaire rug pulls their own constituents when you have $1 billion? Donald Trump literally created the Trump coin and rug pulled their whole supporters and fuck his old shit. Donald Trump, even 4 years ago, was convicted of fraud on Trump University, $25 million, because that motherfucker is so greedy and he was struggling so bad that he had to literally scam these people. Not only that, the New York City, this man is a master negotiator. New York City banned him from doing business from 10 years and gave him an ass whooping of a fine because he was lying on his tax returns and on the money notes. Donald Trump couldn't literally borrow money from nobody. If y'all know anything about politics and economics, once you have the money and the power, you don't even have to spend your money. The bank comes knocking at your door and saying, "Sir, let me borrow against your money. You don't have to spend nothing. I'll give you 2% interest and you can gamble with our money." He was so bad at gambling with the bank money that he had to go outside of the United States looking for financing. Respectfully, friends, respectfully, Donald Trump is a motherfucker that stumbled upwards. That's all. He's one of these individuals that has the ability of stumble, and when you look at him, instead of him being on the bottom just like us, he actually stumbled upwards because the Trump brand actually has power. And the Trump brand didn't stop with Donald Trump. The Trump brand started with his dad. If you look at all his family, you can see this family is very well positioned. Even the kids. One second, please. One second. Let me just finish, and then you got it. Friends.
Just one thing.
A man that is the embodiment of good business is not doing insider trading like he been doing on the last 3 months, 4 months, 7 months, where he pump fakes tariffs, pump fakes wars, pump fakes whatever it is, and his motherfucking 7 feet tall son gets millions and millions of dollars, while the rest of the consumer base literally gets wiped out because these motherfuckers are playing God with your money. So respectfully, he might have good results, but you can tell me that is actually Donald Trump being a great master negotiator and all that shit. This motherfucker doesn't know how to get out of a wet paper bag. You guys got it.
Yeah, you say that, but I just want to correct the figures real quick.
I got you.
Let me say the one thing. Grifters and shysters come in all money brackets. And Donald Trump is a grifter and a shyster at the highest level. Period.
Right, great. Just to reinforce Admiral Gibbs' argument. Even if you grant that Donald Trump inherited 400 million before his presidency, he had a net worth of 7 billion, which is a 15x increase on what he inherited. So to say that he couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag is showing that you're financially literate.
No, where did you got this number?
Google.
Hey, that
So,
number
you are saying that Donald Trump had $7 billion before 2016.
No, it's about $4 billion for this presidency.
Even on the roast of Donald Trump, his joke was, "What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $5 or $6 billion in the fucking bank."
So why is he?
I thought the numbers was quoted as 3.5.
And that's it. And of the 3.5, once again, that's not your network, because that motherfucker was in massive debt. That was the assets. If you actually look at the massive debt that he has, to the point where he couldn't actually buy, he probably was worth as much as me and Tarus. It just has respectfully, right? But once again,
No, he literally says that. He says that he was talking about the fact that he was pointing at grocery men, saying those guys are worth more than me because he had so much in assets, like big houses and everything, but he was in more debt than what he was worth.
Tom, you remember his sons bragging about the fact that they didn't need American funding because they was getting it from overseas? Because to Fatty's point, it got to the point where none of the banks here in America would loan money to him.
It's okay when they do it, though. If Joe Biden does it,
it's
a big scandal, or Hunter Biden.
I'm actually, I'll take it. I'll back the bullet. It's based that Biden and it's based Trump is doing it. Fine. I'm glad that they're successful and they're going to have money for their kids. I don't give a shit. He's either broke and successful or he's corrupt and successful. I don't give a shit. Or he's either broke and I just don't get it. It's like, no, I don't give a shit if they're corrupt at this point. They're all corrupt. All our leaders are corrupt. We all know it. So at least this guy's coming in and cleaning shit out. You're not going to sit here and sell that shit to me. I don't give a fuck. Make a bunch of money he's clean or he's not. I don't give a shit.
Before Cody goes, y'all are the party of family values. You believe in honesty, and you believe in truth, and you believe in Christianity.
I believe in capitalism. I don't give a fuck about that. Maybe some other Republicans do. But you're arguing with me. Are those Republicans in the room? Maybe I'll give them about that.
I'm not arguing with you, right?
747 back home with them after the presidency, and you talking about he trying to clean out shit. Stop it, bro.
Nancy Pelosi earns $200,000 a year, but she's worth over $200 million. Explain that.
1 second, ISO. And you know what's funny? Nancy Pelosi needs to go. Hillary Clinton needs to go. You don't find no Tom. You're going to find it, right? But if you talk with most Democrats or lefties, yes, if they did something, get him. If Joe Biden's son is a crackhead, get him. If Hillary did something, get him. And as soon as we talk about the other side, right? Because we said get him. As soon as you say, should Donald Trump be arrested by ABC or should these people on this administration? Hey man, the Democrats did it. I don't get it. Once again, and you can respond.
Not everybody. Nobody says that.
Just one second, friends. We are 16 months in, and I keep seeing y'all do shows. What about Obama? What about Kamala? What about Obama?
I said it was based on that fucking partner.
Y'all are literally in war with Iran. Hey, y'all are literally in war with Iran. The Epstein files still locked. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. The Russia war didn't stop. You put your other countries first. You still have a bunch of homeless. Employment for the first time. There was no jobs created ever. And y'all are talking about Kamala Harris. Come on, man. You guys.
No, because so 1 sec. So, Fatty, you agree that Trump should call out the likes of Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens for being accused?
No.
Those were his guys.
Let me answer. I believe he should actually target the media on the right, just like he targets the media on the left if he feels that way. I just don't think it's about their IQ. If they literally agreed with him, Donald Trump would say they have the highest IQ ever. Just like when Elon Musk was on his side, he was the best and he was the great. And as soon as he turned on him, motherfucker turned on him too. So again, Donald Trump is not about IQ. He's not about right or wrong. He's about are you loyal or are you not? And if you look at his cabinet on the first administration and the second, even the most loyalists are going to get canned regardless. Because as soon as you say something he doesn't like, he will try to replace you by somebody that will.
So, Biden had a higher turnover rate than Trump's administration has in both times. I don't want to bring him up, but you're just speaking lies again. Why don't you go look up the exchange rate for Biden versus Trump? No, I don't have to do this. And I guess what? You argue with all these people. I don't know who you've been arguing with, but I didn't say that shit. When I said Biden did that shit, guess what? I said based. You know when he's born his son? I said based. Maybe I do believe more family values. I believe in looking out for my family. I believe in a family having money going forward. I believe in putting us first. I'm tired of these people sitting here acting like that's not family value. I'm here for capitalism. You said he's a shyster, a con man. Apparently he's a successful one because he's a billionaire and he's in the White House. Where are y'all at? If y'all can do what he's doing, then do it then. Because y'all sit here and say all these things, but guess what? He's successful and you're not. Either he's corrupt and successful or he's just successful. But guess what? He's still successful. So I pick one.
Guys,
I don't give a shit.
Needs another $20 billion from us probably.
One second, Tom. Y'all luck is that we have ChatGPT and Gemini and all these things. The cabinet turnover tale, Joe Biden first term 13%. Donald Trump, first term, 92% all-time high. Total departures, only 2 major cabinet heads, 14 cabinet level officials departed. 8 team senior staff, 71, 72, and on Trump, 92%. 1 year, first year stability, 8% turnover. Donald Trump, 35% turnover. So, sir, I don't know you're getting your numbers respectfully, but it's still wrong.
He's getting the second term.
You said if you started arguing too much,
using
I'd
the
tell you to
second
shut up.
I will be quiet and I'll shut up. Let Chaotic Truth take us home, friends, because we still have 2 main topics to go. So I need Chaotic to take us home and tell us how great the United States it is and how much of fat ass fatties.
Carlson and Candace Owens.
Y'all didn't talk it because you didn't want to. Y'all left the floor when you had to. Go ahead, Chaotic. Tell us how much of a liar I am for being a foreigner.
Your raggedy ass country, Spain, and so many other these raggedy ass Western countries fumbled the biggest bags in world history. At one point, Spain were world leaders. At one point, the Portuguese were world leaders.
Yeah.
You stopped being greedy. You didn't want to win. Trump is a winner. Anybody's talking about Trump and how he got his money, you are a loser. You are a major loser. I've heard this all my life. Well, he got a bank. His daddy bankrolled him, and blah blah blah. You're a loser. You come from a family of losers because winners don't talk. Winners don't talk like this. Let me tell you something, Fatty, and I'm going to land the plane here. Rule number 1: attack, attack, attack. Rule number 2: admit nothing, deny everything. And rule number 3: always claim victory, even in defeat. Donald Trump is a winner,
Donald Trump's America.
and I'm not gonna let
Sounds
somebody
like a
like you,
trophy.
Fatty.
Everyone gets. A
I'm not gonna let
trophy.
somebody like you.
Hold
I'm
on.
not gonna let somebody. I'm not gonna let somebody like you, Fatty, with your foreign ass, with your Portuguese tongue, disrespect my president. What is your country doing? It ain't winning.
Hey, one
It
second.
ain't
Let
winning.
me answer.
It ain't winning, bro.
Let me answer. My country has universal health care. So if you get a heart attack or some cancer, you can treat yourself. My country has affordable college. Kids can go to work at McDonald's on a part-time, and they can actually go ahead and get higher education if you are smart enough. My country is the 4th safest country in the planet. My country has a quality of life that is way higher than the United States. My country has. Like, you want me to keep going? And yes, USA, the biggest military in the planet, when you can have a $1 trillion company building and homeless in front of them living on a tent. So yes,
You know, Fatty operated my trap card, by the way. You operated my trap card with that fact check. You did this fact check. Hold on. You know why I quoted Biden's thing? Because I set you up. Here's the thing. What Kamala became the candidate. Guess what? That turnover rate, including Biden's coup, jumps to 93%. And it kicks in on some other people. And guess what? That's higher than Trump's turnover rate. So the Democratic turnover rate for their presidential candidates still higher than Trump. And their first term was higher than
Did
Trump.
he say Kamala?
That's
I got
right.
you.
Thanks for that. You got to factor in the fact that Biden's administration's first term turned him over as well. Ain't that a bitch?
No,
He said Kamala. Go ahead, Chaotic. Hey, Tom, take us home, Tom. Go ahead, Chaotic. He said Kamala.
This is personal between me and you.
Oh, shit.
When your Portuguese ass gets sick and you need specialized care, I'm not wishing this on you, man. I'm talking about just your whole raggedy country along with other European raggedy ass countries. Right down the street from where I live is the Cleveland Clinic, the best hospital on the planet. You could talk all that universal health care bullshit you talking about, but I can tell you right now, Sultans have been at the Cleveland Clinic. I've seen very wealthy people from all over the world come here. Ain't nobody going to no goddamn Lisbon for no goddamn.
They go to Germany, though. They go to Madrid,
Hey,
though. Oh, hey,
Dude.
Luka Doncic got a problem on his hamstring. He went to Madrid to take treatment. Kobe Bryant, every time he had a problem with his knee, he would go to Germany. Respectfully, I can have both. Oh, I can have public system, and if I choose so, because I pay American taxes, go to the Cleveland, right? The Cleveland. You need whatever the hospital you have, and take care of my bum shoulder. It's fine. I will pay regardless, right? So, let me go. Go ahead, Chaotic. You can lie to us again.
Is your country a superpower?
I'm a part of the European Union, so yes.
You could bring.
And who pays for
It's
your
just
military?
like asking, is Minnesota a superpower? I'm a part of the European Union, the biggest trading bloc in the planet. So
And
yes,
NATO, right, Patty? Patty, and
and,
NATO.
and a part of NATO, a part of ONU. I get all the privileges of getting a part of the most popular and powerful bloc.
Because we protect you. We are your military.
Hey,
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Real quick.
Yeah, so what's your point? You're living off our teeth. That's your whole point.
Just to be clear, that is true. That yes, like when you're talking about how much we spend on our military, well, y'all spend that much on your healthcare. It is because yes, you guys get a lot of benefits by being part
No,
of
it's
NATO.
not.
Where we do spend a lot on military. So that
There's
you guys
nothing to do
don't
with
have
NATO, Tom. No, Tom,
What do you
stay
mean?
there.
You
Tom,
you
y'all are
literally
supporting
mentioned it. You literally
Argentina
just
and
fucking mentioned
Israel,
that as part of your
and
thing.
both of those countries have universal health care. You literally sending billions of dollars to countries that treat 100% of their population, while literally people in the United
That's what I
States
just
either
said.
are underinsured or are one catastrophic situation
I
from
just said.
happening from literally losing their coverage. So what you talking about?
Yes, that's what I just said. I just said that you guys get healthcare. You guys get universal healthcare because we send a lot of money to these countries. We put a lot of money into the military. We spend all of this money. So
No.
you guys get to spend the rest of your money on other things. Yes,
Absolutely
that's
not.
what I said. Correct.
You are wrong.
That's what I just said. You just repeated it. What do you mean?
Tom,
it's
no, Tom,
absolutely not.
no,
You
Tom.
just said it.
Tom, you are doing a false equivalent, and you're doing a zero-sum game. Universal health care. Let me explain to you. Universal health care will cover every American, and it will be less expensive than the system that you have right now. Pound for pound, if you're going to look at the system you have right now, if you transform this system and stop price gouging from Big Pharma, stop them from lobbying, stop charging for socks and motherfucking blankies, and you get a kid and you get the $12,000 bill. Like, if y'all actually move to 1 second, let me just finish. If y'all move to if y'all move to universal health care, that will be cheaper. You don't have to do all this extra work with private insurance companies, and you still can apply to the same insurance companies for a fraction of the price, because now they don't control the monopoly. So now they actually have to lower the prices of private insurance. Like, for example, Portugal, where Ferry spends $50 a month to get access to the best medical facilities, instead of spending $400, $500, $1,000 to get all your motherfucking shit. And as soon as you lose your job, that shit goes with the birds. So no, it's not a zero-sum game. We're talking about healthcare with healthcare. You're going to have the chance to reply. Chaotic, please take us on. We're going to the next topic.
Okay, yeah, I'm just not even going to respond to that so that I don't get in a back and forth with you again.
Just real quick, I just have one simple question for Fadi.
Else was saying what everybody else was saying is that that if you're like praising Donald Trump for being so corrupt and that this is what winners do, and that having people like Elon Musk a part of his administration and having more lobbyists part of his administration than anybody before, only in this term having the most lobbyists breaking the record of his first term, where he set the record by more than double the record before that. So on top of that, Gibbs is correct that Kamala Harris had a 92% turnover rate while she was running her campaign, but not Biden. Biden didn't have that. Biden was, I think overall it was around 70%, but it still was not the 97% of Donald Trump.
The reason I said that, Tom, just to clarify, is when Biden got canned, that goes over to 80, 90%. That was the joke there.
Biden never got canned. So anyways.
Yeah, he didn't run for office again because they cooed him. That's a canning.
That's not okay. That's not what we're talking about. His presidency, not his campaign. I don't know why the fuck you were bringing up something totally irrelevant. But anyway,
campaigns versus 4-year mandates. That's crazy.
Corruption. When Chaotic is bringing up like how corrupt Trump is and how corrupt his administration is, and that this is like what winners do, Donald Trump literally ran on the opposite of this. He ran on draining the swamp. He ran on getting rid of the deep state. He ran on helping the people and taking care of them. But instead, he's taking care of lobbyists. He's taking care of billionaires. He's taking care of his friends. He is not somebody. And this is Donald Trump's world. This is you're praising it. You're backing him up on that. Even Donald Trump can literally break every promise, every single thing that he ran on, the top points on his fucking campaign, and you guys will still praise him for it in the end. It literally doesn't matter what he does. He ran on no new wars the whole time, and then he goes to war immediately, unnecessarily, and you guys praise him for that as well. There is literally nothing wrong he can do. This is a pointless argument having with people when then while he's running, they're saying, I'm voting for him because he's going to get rid of corruption and have no new wars. And then once he comes in, starts wars and is super corrupt, they're going to praise him for that anyway. So it makes no difference talking.
Yeah, so your false assumption there is that this wasn't necessary. It was necessary because we now know, because even the Iranian regime is saying that they had 60% enriched uranium. What were you going to do? Just wait for them to get 90% and build the fucking nukes?
When did they start enriching uranium? What year?
It's irrelevant. You're saying that this action was unnecessary.
No,
they were already at 60%.
That's why. That's
not
okay. So
irrelevant.
this is why it's necessary. This is why it matters. Is because we were in a JCPOA. We were in an agreement with Iran where they weren't allowed to enrich uranium above 3.6%. And during the period that they were in that agreement in the JCPOA, they never enriched above 3.6%. And then in Donald Trump's first term in 2018, he pulled us out of the JCPOA, and then he goes to war with them for doing the thing that he allowed them to do. He says, hey, we're backing out of this deal. You guys can now enrich uranium all you want because we're pulling out of the deal. They start enriching uranium. He goes to war with them. He caused the problem. It's him.
Right.
How long does it take to get from 3% uranium to 60% enriched uranium?
What do you mean, how long does it take?
You're the one that's claiming that Iran was being honest and playing
depends on
ball
how much
and saying
uranium
they would never enrich uranium. And I'm asking you, how long would it take
never said they
to
wouldn't
get from
enrich
3%
uranium.
enriched
I'm saying
uranium to
they-
60%?
I'm saying they do.
Because the
have-
timeline doesn't match, Tom.
So
You're trusting terrorists more than your president.
Wait, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm
you
not
are.
trusting terrorists. No, I'm not.
You're assuming that they weren't enriching.
Okay,
We didn't just take their word
okay. So
for
you
it.
you think? Wait, just real quick. How do we know how much they were enriching to during the JCPOA? How do we know?
Because of the timeline, it does not make sense.
No, you don't know anything about
That
this
all of a
topic.
sudden when
The
they
reason that
pull
we
out,
know-
they
no,
just
you
magically
said- I
have
don't know why you're still
60%
talking. You
uranium.
don't know
It's like,
anything
wait
about
a
the
sec,
topic.
guys.
You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. You don't know.
I asked you,
anything
what's the
about
timeline?
The reason
I'm talking.
yes,
What's the
it's not
timeline?
that-
How long
timeline
does
has
it take
nothing
to
do
get
with
from
it.
3% to
So,
60%?
okay, so I'll
This should be a
there
key
isn't an
thing to your
answer
case,
that.
Tom.
No, it's not.
How-
It's not.
there isn't an answer?
While we were part of the JCPOA, there was a IAEA.
Because if it takes
these people,
Tom, let me explain something to you.
Okay, he's just gonna keep
Let me
talking.
explain
You can
something.
ask me
If
a
it takes
question
10
and you
years,
keep
if it
talking.
takes 10 years to enrich uranium from 3% to 60%, that means that Iran was already violating the deal, which blows a
okay,
massive
yeah,
hole in your whole fucking argument here.
Sure, yeah, you can do it in like it depends on how you're doing it, and even if it was shipped
Depends.
in, got it from
That's not
somebody
very confident.
Like it literally, but it well, no, it doesn't matter because we know that we had audits on them during
does matter.
the period that they were in the JCPOA.
It proves that they're
We were
lying.
Going in, so we again, you keep saying they are lying. We are not trusting Iran. We're not trusting Iran. You don't know what you're talking about. You've never looked into this topic, so just shut the fuck up.
So
And
why would
listen
you?
to
Why would
somebody
you?
who
Why
actually
would you
knows
put
what
it?
they're
Why would
talking
you?
about for a
Why
moment.
would you trust them? Why would you try to make a deal with people you don't trust?
Hold on. Did I just say we're not trusting terrorists? Did I just say that like 5 times? Why are you still repeating that?
So
don't
why would you
know
want to
what
make a
you're
deal with
talking
these people
about.
then?
Just shut the fuck up and listen.
Why? Why would you want to make a deal? You can't tell me how long it takes to enrich it.
I'm listening. I'm trying to explain it to you. You just will not listen because you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. So the IAEA is an agreement that we had, or a group that we had coming in from the UN that was doing audits on Iran, where they would go in and check all their facilities, check the uranium, check how much
Who was
they were
doing that,
enriching
Tom?
everything to, and even if they lied about it, they still found out. And when they did lie about it, IAEA were the ones who reported it first and told us that they were enriching uranium to 60%. And then Iran came out and said that they were enriching uranium to 60% because they were caught on it. We know what they're doing because we have audits on them.
When voices clash, ideas crumble, and new truths rise. Welcome to Breaking Ground.
Buckle up, everyone. It's time for some super chats.
We are going to get the Tina over here because she's almost falling asleep. I got you, Tina. Don't worry. The Gina CEO with $5 saying Trump 2028.
Cha-ching.
I'm going to read this quick super chats and friends. I'm closing it out on the Team Fatty side. We need to monetize the white channel. There's the link in the chat. I'm going to read all super chats, and we go straight to the main event, friends. We're going to bypass the China thing so we can talk about the Jesus thing, okay? Donald Trump.
That's literally exactly what Cameron commented earlier. The IAEA, which is the International Atomic Energy Agency, I believe, issued over a dozen reports confirming Iran was adhering to limits on uranium enrichment, 3.67%, stockpile size, and centrifuge numbers, according to 2018 Arms Control Association report. Iran was found to be in compliance with the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA's nuclear restrictions from its implementation in January 2016 until the U.S. withdrawal in 2018. So it's kind of funny. Cameron commented this an hour ago, and we're bringing it up now. But yeah, just wanted to point that out.
War. Only Congress can declare war, and they have not. Calling it a war is propaganda and inflammatory. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. We have Savage in the building, the sponsor of the show right now. He says, the left doesn't hold the left accountable. Thank you very much. He comes back and he says, the Democratic House...
That is not true. The left holds itself accountable to its own detriment over and over and over again.
Ukraine is not our ally. Thank you very much, sir. Member for 22 months, Mr. Justin D. saying, LOL, that money that Obama sent to them was owed to Iran. The U.S. had those funds blocked.
The untouchable empire, baby.
We have Virgo Girl. She been so nice to me lately. Shout out to Virgo Girl. He says, Trump says he likes stupid people.
Oh man. Hey.
Savage came through with a $10 ball. And he says, Trump is making a play on China's full supply. Iran and Venezuela is 17% of the supply. We took out 40% of Russia's full distribution 2 weeks ago. We have Savage back again saying, you're a woman. We don't care about your thoughts on politics. Oh, damn, that's crazy. We have the real DJ Ghost Entertainment. He says, what is up, fatty? I wanted in on this debate for real. We have a full house. Our guests are bringing a tremendous amount of energy, so salute to him for actually doing great today. This has been a very entertaining show without a lot of name calling, not a lot. So I appreciate y'all for actually being civil, my friend. Savage says the left didn't care when Obama said he would stop the wars, then bomb more countries, didn't care about Ukraine, but now they care about Iran, but still support Ukraine. $10 from Savage, and he says, again, raise your hand if us being at war with Russia is just a fight. Oh shit, we have the lovely Doris in the building, member for 3 years. Love you, Doris. The untouchable matriarch. I appreciate you.
The untouchable empire, baby.
I appreciate you, miss. Thank you very much. Savage saying the U.S. supplements your country. How can the U.S. supplement my country when NATO is literally a defensive force? And there's not been defensive wars fought in the West on the last 60 years. I wonder. Like this myth that the United States, if the United States were attacked, absolutely. If Portugal were attacked, the only country to actually press the button of Article 5 was the United States. And spoiler alert, it wasn't Afghanistan that brought 3 towers down with 2 troop planes. I just want to leave it out there. I want to be on YouTube, so I'm not going to talk about this anymore, okay? Thank you very much, Savage. I appreciate you. We have Savage against this. Fatty, you're wrong on healthcare. Beat me about it. Thank you, Savage. We have Savage again. Oh, they already read that one. Thank you very much. We have 5 to go. We have CTG Policia saying, Tariq, how long does it take to go from obliterated nuclear development as claimed by Trump to almost having a nuclear weapon?
True.
9 months. Oh. He's talking about the deal that we had before with Admiral Gibbs again. We told us in the UN inspectors famously great at their jobs. They were right about Iraq. Just saying. Twisted Pup, $20. I appreciate you, my brother, for supporting the show. This is a great back and forth. Untouchables forever. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it that my boy Drobonaut coming in with our 5 Untouchable memberships. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all having y'all here. There's 200 and a lot people on the Team Fetty side. I'm going to close the stream now. Come to the Wake Up Fetty show and at the watch hours on this side. You can support via Cash App or Super Chat by the coffee link that is going to pin on top. We are going to go back to the show. So friends, I appreciate y'all that are watching on the Team Fetty show. I see y'all on the other side.
When voices clash, ideas crumble, and new truths rise. Welcome to Breaking Ground.
And we are going to go, friends, to the main event because, let me get the Tina over here and Mr. Chaotic because they're talking about it. Let's go to the main event.
It's time to do.
And by the way, friends, every single content creator here, the links are going to be in the description. Please go ahead and follow them. I would appreciate it to support them on their endeavors. I want them to come here at least 2 times a month. So let's make it worth it, okay? Main event, Donald Trump posts a picture of him as Jesus Christ superstar.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus?
And the world was set on fire. Here is his justification. So why he made that post. Let's listen to him.
Was that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and it had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot.
I don't want peace. I want problems always. It's time to do.
Tina, and then Chaotic. What do you think about this? Did he violate it? Did he use blasphemy against y'all God, or he actually did nothing wrong? What's your opinion about it?
So I know that he wasn't the one to create the picture, but he still reposted it. And then the picture that he reposted was actually altered. So originally it had the like soldiers in the background, and then all of a sudden it had like wings and horns in the background. And there's so much sacrilegious imagery in this. And I mean, to say that it's a doctor is crazy. I get saying that it could have been the Pope, which I wouldn't have been mad at because I'm not a fan of the Pope. But the thing is it looks like Jesus. Like, this is why the Bible says people have they have eyes but do not see, they have ears but do not hear. And this is why I say no one's above reproach. The moment I called that out, people I've known for years went to literally crucify me, and they said, oh, who are you to judge? And I said, I was judging his actions and condemning the actions of reposting that, saying that the imagery is sacrilegious. And then they came to essentially try and crucify me personally. And just as the guy said earlier, he said that anyone who goes against this regime, which is crazy to call it that, but that's what he said, anyone who goes against the regime is a traitor. And I have supported Trump for so long. And I'm sorry, when it comes to mocking my God, I'm going to stand by my God. I don't care who you are. It was so sacrilegious and disrespectful. And he could have easily said, you know what? I reposted it. I didn't think it through, whatever. That's not what he did. He just tried to backpedal, justify it. He didn't apologize, anything. And I really like what Tucker Carlson was talking about. He said on Easter, he had posted something, I guess, on X, and he was like cussing on Easter. I don't mind him making fun of Islam because, I mean, I'm not a fan. So, but he was making fun of Islam, making fun of the Pope. Again, I don't care so much because I'm not a fan of the Pope. But it's like he doesn't have accountability for the things that he says. And the left has been saying this for a long time. And mind you, I've supported Trump for a very long time. I didn't always agree with everything he said. But when it comes to God, that's when I got to take a step back and say, you know what, you're not above reproach. And he should have apologized for this. He didn't. Instead, he just kind of like made some excuse that he was a doctor. Anyone with eyes to see knows that that's not a doctor. And the fact that people were so up in arms to attack anyone who didn't like this, I think shows that it's very like cult behavior. This is the same exact thing that the right has been scrutinizing the left for, and now they're partaking in these same exact tactics. When it comes to our God, they're choosing an idol. They have made an idol of Trump and done exactly what they said that the left has done. And that's my thoughts on that.
I literally can't think of any similar examples to
Fatty, John
the
14
left,
and 12. You will do greater works than me. Psalm 82 and 6. Ye are all gods. These are in the Bible. Secondly, Fatty, or whatever. Secondly, thirdly, whatever. There's no image of Jesus Christ, to my knowledge. Nobody knows what Jesus Christ looks like. There's never been any picture of Jesus Christ. The image that we see is actually an image of somebody from Europe, one of the royal families, like the
Cesare
canonized.
Borgia.
Yeah, Cesare Borgia. Thank you so much. So nobody really knows what he looked. Hell, he if anything, he could have looked like me. I don't know, man. But the fact of the matter is that Christ, according to the Bible, he says that it said that you will do greater works than me, meaning that if you're gonna copy somebody, why not copy the best cat, even if that was Trump attempting to look like Christ? So what? Is he not a child of God? Is he not? Thank you so much, Carl Anderson, for the 28.41 euro. So the way I look at it is this: even if this was trying to superimpose
straight up
himself as Christ,
gaslighting.
I don't look at that as anything wrong with that. Children play the three king scenes. We did it in school. Three kings in Christ. Give me a second. Excuse me.
Bless you. Stop lying. Bless you. Stop lying.
gaslighting.
So
Go ahead, CD.
So the way I look at it is this, man. Are not doctors healers? Do we not have healers right now? Do we not have individuals who literally work in the name of Christ? Do we not have individuals right now who do philanthropy? Do we not have these individuals right now who heal people? So why not imitate Christ? I don't see anything wrong with that. We did this when we were in school. The nativity scene. So when is it blasphemy and when is it not blasphemy? Is it not blasphemy when children do it? So the fact of the matter is that I saw nothing wrong with it, Fatty. I don't look at it as blasphemy. I think if anything, Christ would love the fact that an individual would have a picture like that, or if somebody dressed up like Christ, because why not dress up like one of the greatest human beings in history or gods? I mean, why not do it? He never said don't do it, so why not? Go ahead, Fatty.
Just to make sure, any Christian other than a teenager?
I'm a Southern Baptist. I'm a minister with 2 religious doctorates. I have an opinion.
Hey, you know what? Let the Tina go, and then you can get it right afterwards, my brother.
Okay, so I believe that one of the first iconographers was one of the apostles. So we do kind of know a little bit of what Christ looked like. Just a little correction there. But regardless, I know what you're saying about Borgia, but I think comparing Trump to a kid, like doing this dress up, whatever it is that you called it, is a little wild. He knows exactly what he's doing. There's no humility in this. This is idolatry, and it's sacrilegious. And this is what I'm saying. Like, it's so disingenuous that you're not going to call it out. This is your, I mean, I believe you're a Christian. Is that correct?
I am an institutional Christian, yes.
Okay, so if you deny him, he will deny you. This is blatantly sacrilegious. There's no humility in this. In no way.
I have a rebuttal too, Fatty. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
In no
Change
way.
our point to Tina, and then we get Admiral and Carter.
It's crazy.
Let me
Trying
change your
to
name because this
gaslight
is the
us
speakeasy
into-
debate. This says against.
into thinking that image is
Go ahead,
not
Tina.
By the way,
obviously
Gibbs
trying
and
to
Chaotic, if you
portray
want me to
Trump as
completely blow
Jesus
this argument
is
down the
so
water,
insane.
just let me know. Just call
Like,
me
Oh
up when
shit,
he's one
3
voice.
against 1? Damn, y'all can
That's the
take
most
a Tina
disingenuous
one-on-one. That's
cope
crazy.
shit
Jeremy,
I've
thank you so
heard.
much for the $25 Cash App. Jeremy has an emoji too. Go ahead, Tina interrupted, and then I want to hear from the three fellas.
So I get that someone else made this image of him and then he reposted it, but we're not supposed to praise ourselves. If others praise us, that's one thing, but him reposting it and then saying that he thought it was a doctor, like, it's just, everything about this is so disingenuous. And then the reaction that people had, it's literally like watching a cult. Like, as soon as people, after, Trump, his ear got clipped and people started wearing the Band-Aids, I was like, okay, this is getting a little creepy. Like, at what point do you say this is not okay? Literally nothing he does will get any scrutiny from the right. And that's just that's not normal. He's not perfect. He's not Christ.
All right. Well, Fatty, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
1 Timothy 2:12. I do not permit a woman to teach or have authority over a man. 1 Corinthians 14:34. Women should remain silent in churches. No offense to
We're
you.
not in a fucking church.
Ooh, let me. Oh, I'm sorry.
You can land the plane, Mr. Carter. Yes, you can land it.
Was the universe not created by God? Isn't the entire universe a church within itself? The fact of the matter is that I'm listening to a woman trying to teach me about the Bible. Ma'am, you are in no position to even talk to me about scripture. No, you're just not. No one. Hold on. I was quiet. No woman is. You're not. I mean, no offense to you. You're not a man. You are not the master and commander of this planet. You are not over. It's man.
So why
first.
is Trump's
It-
spiritual
oh
advisor
my
a woman?
God! Can I
I'm
ever
just
finish? What
curious.
I don't let people
Spiritual
off.
advisor
Don't say it's fine. I don't want to do it. Fatty, I swear to God, I talked about this earlier, bro.
I got it.
talked about this with you, bro.
What?
Call it what you want. What is LeBron looking for? Oh,
Chaotic and interrupted, and then the woman, okay, is going to have the chance to reply, Miss Ghosty, and I got you, Atina, and then I remember
Again.
Admiral and Mr. Teriak. Okay, go ahead.
Again, the only reason why women are even talking to me or other men about the Bible is because of the goddamn Protestant church. If it wasn't for the Protestant church, you wouldn't even be speaking to me about this stuff. You don't know the Bible, ma'am. It's not for you to interpret. It literally says it in there. So if you want to use the Bible, I've read the Bible. I wouldn't say I'm very versed, but I've read it. Ma'am, it's not for you. If Donald Trump wants to appear like Christ, that is up for a man to interpret. I'm a man. I'm telling you, I didn't see anything wrong with that. Now, if another man says something, that's fine. Okay, it's just two guys talking. But
He
ma'am,
just
you are
said the
in no
Bible
position.
isn't for women.
You are
That
not
is actually
in
fucking
clergy,
insane.
and you're not supposed to be in clergy. You're not. You're not. Go ahead, man. I'm done talking. Thank you. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ghosty.
Or
And
do you want to
then we.
respond, Athena? All I
I
wanted
do,
to
actually.
say was that Trump's spiritual advisor is a woman. That was the only point I was making. But yeah, Athena, please reply.
No, so I understand what you're saying about the Protestant church, and yes, women have no place in the church to teach. The scripture is very clear. Why would it make it clear that women shouldn't teach in the church if they're not supposed to teach anywhere? And why would the church, St. Catherine, that's actually who I'm baptized after. The Orthodox Church made her a saint. She debated with 50 men and won. So to say that women need to be quiet all the time and that we can never speak is just not the truth. So you're being disingenuous. You know that that's not true, and you're trying to bank on the fact that maybe I don't actually read my Bible. I'm an Orthodox Christian. I have been in the church since I was younger. Do I believe that there should be any women clergy? No, absolutely not. That's not what we're saying. There would not be an etiquette for church if it was just the etiquette in general. There's a reason why they specify women should act this way in church, because outside of church, we can absolutely have discussions. So I just wanted to say that.
I think it's important that you said something just now that I think really needs to be framed in the aspect of this number. I'll let you finish rebuttal, then I'll go fully chaotic. I just want to say, since you're such an Orthodox, it makes more sense why you specifically would be upset about the iconography. We can go into that a little more in a moment. But chaotic, you seem like you want to. I have a whole thing, but I want to let him rebuttal.
I just want to make it plain and clear, ma'am. God made your hand small enough to wrap around a mop. You are not.
What?
You are not supposed to even speak to men unless it's your husband, ma'am. And this is one of the problems, man. You are up here, women. I mean, the fact that even women can muster up any opinion about
Didn't
Trump.
this guy just say he hates Islam?
It's wild.
What the fuck
it's
is
insane to me.
happening?
You shouldn't even have the right. Women shouldn't even have the right to vote. To be completely honest,
you got to tone that down.
Aren't you the guy who hates Islam? Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, oh my God! Hey man, hey, do y'all want to talk? Do you want to talk or not, man? Hey,
Friends, I know it was very incendiary, but you have to let him finish.
The content presented on the following show is intended
Wasn't
for
he done?
satirical and educational
He was
purposes.
100% done
The
talking.
views, opinions, and statements expressed by panelists and guests are their own and do not necessarily.
Go ahead, Kotick, and interrupt it, please, and mute yourself, and then Admiral Gibbs. Kotick, you're muted.
this is why the West is losing. We have too many. What's up, Danny? Thank you so much for the $5 cash app, buddy. Salute you,
Yep,
man.
yep. Women are ruining the world.
have too
Women are
many
ruining
people,
America.
too many-
Blah, blah, blah.
Hey,
Oh my
fatty
God.
man.
I'm so sorry. I thought I was talking to my stream. I thought I was
Y'all
muted.
don't have to make me do my job. I said at the beginning of the show, if y'all interrupt, I will mute y'all. So
I
go
thought I
see-
was muted. I was talking to
Go
my
see
stream.
no
I'm
ad
so
libs,
sorry.
please. Go see. Go ahead, Carl. To get interrupted. No ad libs.
I am not a misogynist at all. I don't even do red pill content, ma'am. You have the luxury to debate. You have the luxury to say these things because you don't put in and you will never put in the hard work and what it takes to build a civilization. You and any other woman, you're not going to have your ass 50 or 60 feet up on an I-beam building a skyscraper. I know what's about to come next. Are you doing it, CT? No, I'm not. But here goes the difference. If I was called to build a nation, historically, I mean, let's be honest about it. Weren't black men, I'm going to use race now, weren't black men
What does
building
this have to
too?
do with the conversation?
Women are not builders. So me talking to you is an offense. You're not supposed to even be here. You're supposed to be in a domestic role. All the women on the panel, all the women listening, you're not intelligent enough, and you cannot defend what you are talking about. Yeah, okay, St. Catherine, yada, yada, yada. Who even knows that is even a real person? And I know she was martyred. But the fact of the matter is, man, hold on, let me finish. But the fact of the matter is that we've become weak and soft as a civilization. You're never gonna get. You would never in a million. No, I'm talking all the women. You would never go on the battlefront. You would. I mean, on the front. You would never do it. You would never defend this nation. You would never defend what you're talking about, and that is the difference. So I support Trump. Did I support Trump when he talked about the Haitians eating the cats? Of course not. I did a video on that. I talked to so many people in Springfield, Ohio, who debunked that. Yes, ma'am, I will kick in the back of Trump when it's necessary. When he lied and said he was 215 pounds. I did
this
you were
monologue,
there?
man.
I did an entire video on it. I will kick in the back of Trump. when it's necessary. But right now, it's not
Does this
necessary.
motherfucker just say he's not a misogynist?
I'm sorry, and I
Yes,
support
he
Israel,
does.
and I'm a Zionist. Yes, and I don't like Islam.
What?
He's,
What?
like, I don't know
You
what
are
it is.
you are
What's
what?
happening right now.
They said I'm a
He hates Islam, but he
Hey,
wants
go
to
ahead. Gibbs interrupt and
charge
interrupted,
people
and
with
then I let the
treason
people
and
on the
execute
bottom
them for
row
having an
to
opinion.
actually
For
chime
criticizing
in
the
on
president.
these very inflammatory statements. Okay,
Yeah.
friends, we have 50 minutes
That's
to
the one
go.
woman to vote.
Thank you very much for being here. I hope you guys are having fun. Panelists, y'all doing awesome. So thank you very much once again for the performance. Go ahead, Gibbs.
Yeah, so I know it was brimstone in the last panel, but I want to preface this off by starting. Yeah, I have my religious doctrines. I'm a piece of shit. I'm not practicing right now. I'm an awful, terrible person, right? I'm a bad guy. We do terrible things. We try to make money. We try to live. But I tell you what, the Lord said, hey, give your witness. He wants us to spread our witness. And you know where I witness to other piece of shit. And Jesus, what he did is he came and talked to Zacchaeus and all of these prostitutes, the lowest of the low. And what he did, he was a doctor of souls. He also was a doctor in the sense that he healed lepers, brought people back from the dead in a literal sense. But he was also a doctor of souls. The whole point is to get to him. Now, I get why you're upset about the iconography. But we can find out if we look at the Bible that Jesus also had a humorous side. If we look at his parables, the image of a plank in the guy's eye. There's other ones there's all sorts of parables. The camel going through the eye of a needle. He used humor as a way to get things done. He famously called the first saint, the first pope, Peter, the rock, when Peter is famously impulsive and shaky. So he's got a sense of humor. And also one other thing, God said he would make himself known through ways of the world. Well, guys, if you don't think God's got a sense of humor, then I don't know if you've ever seen the faces people make sex. When they're having sex, it's crazy. They make funny faces. I know that he's looking down, laughing, and having a good time. So all these things, you can see God in many, many ways. Now, here's my point with this. When you talk about this, Trump says he's a doctor. You know what? He is a doctor. He's trying to heal this nation in a sense. He's trying to heal the soul of the nation in a spiritual sense. He's trying to heal this nation in an economic and America first sense and bring us back from this leftist. And you know what? He shared an image, may I, doctor, whoever. Trump's already said he's going to double down on shit all the time. He's already said this. This is the art of the deal. He lays this out. If you follow it, whatever. Now, you're asking Trump to be something he's not. You're saying be Christ-like. That's a goal. That's a worthy goal. But he also wants us to witness and be ourselves. And a little bit of us is in God. God's confident. He's omnipowerful, all-powerful, omnipotent, omnipresent. He can do whatever he wants. You don't think that man is somewhat cocky? That's God or woman or whatever. He's an ethereal being. There's some of us in God in every way. So when Trump is out here being arrogant, being cocky, this is God. He literally says he's a jealous God. He kills other denominations of faith. He blows them up. I don't know if you know this about blowing up stuff in the Bible. Sodom and Gomorrah is a good example. But that's fire and fury if I've ever seen that expressed in something. And Donald Trump said that. So Donald Trump is being him, and you see God through him. I get that you're upset specifically because the Orthodox are about the iconography. But as a Southern Baptist, I actually see it differently. I see his mistake, even if it is a mistake, and him not being, is him being him. And this is an opportunity for us Christians to go on these panels and witness to other people that we otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to. So you're welcome. I think it's all around a good thing. And this is a good chance. Now, I get where my friend, the other man, was coming from. Thank you so much, Mr. McCullough, for this, the money. But I'm saying I get where my other friend is coming from, and I don't necessarily agree with him on the women teaching because there's a plenty of powerful women in the Bible. Ruth, you have other examples, and that's Old Testament. You have other examples in the New Testament, Mary, and some of these early saints or whatever. But I don't think that's super important to this because what we should be doing right now for Christians is taking this chance to spread the gospel in whatever form that may be, and save this nation and spread the will of the good of the people and do what's best in the U.S. and overall. And that's kind of where I'm going. So when y'all say he's a doctor, even if he's joking around, his goal is he's trying to be a metaphor, an allegory. But it's Trump, so everything lands. But he says about 50 things a day.
Let me get Teriak over here, and then the rest, the bottom of the barrel. The bottom of the barrel. God damn it. The bottom of the panel.
Wow, fatty.
My bad. My fault. I apologize.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was my fault. That was
so
wrong.
real quick, Athena, do you have any response to the Admiral Gibbs? Because like I said, I've got one simple question, and I think it blows it out of the water. Like I told the boys, this is basically this argument's about to be defeated. Do you have any counter to Admiral?
No, I mean, I understand what he's saying, but we complain about the left all the time that nothing is sacred anymore. And when it comes to God, that is where I will double down and say no. It's not okay. I understand having a sense of humor. I actually have a pretty dark sense of humor. That's one of the things that I have to repent on pretty regularly, but that's not something I will joke about. There are some things that are sacred.
And yeah, in the spirit of calling out our own side, gentlemen, Chaotic Truth and Admiral, I think he's made a bad argument. You know what I'm saying? Because fundamentally, I've got a real quick question for you, Athena, because I'm not a Christian. I'm a simple deist. You know what I'm saying? Founding fathers were deists as well. Can you tell me, is this a picture of Jesus?
I can't see.
Roman, isn't it?
I don't know what that is. That looks like he said, like a Roman thing. I don't know what that is. Oh, it says tarot. It's the tarot cards.
Yeah, so just because someone dressed in a white robe with a red shawl around it doesn't mean they're depicting Jesus, correct?
Stop gaslighting her. That is obviously a depiction of Jesus. Like, can we stop?
That's
pretending
that's
that
how
it's
you
not?
do it, boys. Simple as who the fuck said it was Jesus?
Damn.
Who the fuck said it was Jesus? A bunch of leftists who are atheists anyway? Get the fuck out of here. Don't be, and then Ghosty says they're gaslighting. They gaslight you into trying to turn you against Trump. Nobody said that was Jesus. And as Trump said, he was a healer. That's how healers used to dress back in antiquity, baby. So this whole argument that was Jesus.
Yeah, where does it say this Jesus, guys?
Where's the cross?
Where's the cross? Yes.
Exactly.
Where's the nail? Where are the nails, friends?
So okay, so first off,
where's the crucifix?
The idea that it's a bunch of like lefties telling you that it's Jesus, it's not. Like by far the majority of people on the right have been condemning Donald Trump for what it is he did here. And to say like, oh, well, there's nativity scenes, nobody gets mad about that. That's not the same thing. This is where people are glorifying God in those
It wasn't
situations.
Jesus.
They're trying to teach people about God and Jesus. But in this scenario, Donald Trump is portraying a very famous picture of, and many famous pictures of Jesus where he is reaching down and healing people. And so Donald Trump in this scenario is Jesus. He is a healer. He is a God.
The apostles
talks
healed
about
people.
the fact that like the Antichrist will come and portray himself in this sort of scenario as well, and that he'll act
Who
as
says
though
he's portraying
he is
himself as
God.
Jesus? He told you he was being a doctor. He's being a healer.
Okay, so
because
so
the
you
same way,
said
the
that-
same way, just because a man dresses like a woman does not make it so.
Yeah, so right here,
So,
this is the
is
pretty much
this
the
Jesus?
exact picture.
Oh, shit.
Is this
Oh,
Jesus?
shit.
No, it's
Oh,
not. No, it's
shit.
not. So as I said, this is pretty much the exact picture that they're using to try to make it look as though Donald Trump is
And that's not Jesus.
The
I'm not
picture that
showing
they're
Jesus.
showing-
I'm showing the
Yeah,
magician
okay,
tarot
so,
card.
Okay, so tell me. Okay, yeah. So in
Yeah,
the tarot card,
this is the magician tarot card, baby.
Oh no,
where are the
Tom!
beams-
Tom got the
tell me-
smoking gun. Oh
Tell
shit!
me, where are the beams of light coming out of his hands? Show me the beams of light coming out of the tarot reader's hands. Can you show me that, please?
Where's the beams of light coming out of the Jesus picture?
Yeah, well, they're not. That's the point, though.
Exactly. See what I'm saying?
Behind
Bunch
you.
of gaslighting bollocks. That's what this is.
Okay, so wait. So is your argument that in this
Yeah,
video,
a bunch
is
of
your
non-Christians telling you what is and what isn't Christianity.
There's
Can you
no reason
believe
I was
it?
mad about
Can
I
you
didn't say-
believe it?
Hold on, I didn't say I'm a non-Christian. So are you telling me is your argument that in that picture Trump is portraying himself as
I'm
a
saying
tarot
prove
reader?
prove
Is
that
your
he was
argument?
prove that he was impersonating
No,
Jesus.
no. Answer the question. Answer the question. Are
Prove
you
it that
saying
he was
he's a tarot
Jesus.
reader? Just answer the question. Are you saying
He's a light bringer.
tarot reader?
That-
Yes
that's
or no?
common-
You're
that's
not-
common
he's
light
scary
bringer
as fuck.
iconography.
You are such a pussy,
Yeah.
dude. You are so scary.
How am I
Why
pussy?
can't
Yeah,
you
I
answer a
destroyed
fucking
your argument, and now you're going mad. So I destroyed your argument.
I'm here. Owl. Hey,
Rickety, rickety, wrecked.
We have to answer the questions. What was the question, Tom? Ask it clear so we can get the answer. Go ahead.
question is, are you saying he's a tarot reader? Yes or no? That's it. Simple
I'm
question.
saying he's a light bringer. That's light bringer iconography.
Yeah, he's not going to answer. He's not going to answer the question. He's not going to answer. So yes, obviously
That-
he's
that-
not portraying
that
himself
imagery
as a tarot
is
reader.
light bringer
Obviously, he's
imagery.
not portraying himself as a tarot
Mhm.
reader. You oh, I'm about to crush. this
Obviously,
argument. Oh, I'm about
he
to
denied
get
it. He
so
said he was a
good.
doctor. He was a
said
healer.
that.
That's what
Tarot
healers were
reader.
depicted as in antiquity,
You
baby.
said that publicly.
So
is
that-
so-
You're the
Hold
one
on,
with
no,
the
no, no,
claim.
no, no, no. I
You're
gotta-
saying that he's
no, no, no,
depicting
I'm gonna
Jesus, Tom, and you cannot prove
I gotta
it.
say it. So that
What do you
tarot,
mean?
that tarot card is the magician, who is very commonly depicted as Christ when people. When people do tarot readings, they use that as Christ. Just so you know.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
So are you
Terry.
saying that tarot is Christianity?
No. I'm saying that there's a
Exactly.
lot of people
Yeah.
who, when they're doing like readings, I just started looking that up because I wanted to know who that character was. He's the magician. And what is Christ called?
Mhm.
The,
And
the
Trump is a
great
magician.
In the tarot, you can look it up for yourself, just so you know that it. So your argument, I'm sorry, is incorrect.
The card
Damn.
deals with
It's not incorrect.
spirituality. Yeah.
Where's the proof that it was Jesus?
So okay, so when you say where's the proof? Here you go. When people
Yeah,
portray
where's
Jesus,
proof?
how do they normally dress? Like, what is it that they would
On a
dress
cross.
in as Jesus?
On a cross.
They dress on that. A cross is clothes.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You won't answer a fucking question, can you? You're totally.
Is he
crazy.
wearing a
I
white
watched you.
robe? Is he
There's-
wearing a
is
white robe with a
anything
red thing
happening
around him
up
on the
there at all?
cross?
I don't know
think
why
a-
we're
do you
arguing
think a
this.
cross
This
is
is
clothes?
Is
that's supposed to be
he
Jesus.
dressed like that on the cross?
Do you think a cross is clothes? And is that what you think? I asked you about.
Okay,
clothes.
what is Jesus wearing on the cross? What is Jesus wearing on the cross?
I don't know. Why are you pivoting? My question. was-
Exactly. So why are you trying to? If you don't even know that, then why are you trying to say that he's depicting Jesus?
No. I didn't.
Wait,
You're
so
not
he
even a
was
Christian,
Only
bro.
clothed
You
on the
can't answer a
cross.
question. I
He
need you
wasn't
to
clothed
follow
any
the
other
question.
time in
Just
his life,
listen-
just the cross.
Listen to the words, okay? When people
Based.
portray themselves as
Jesus
Jesus,
news
what do they
confirmed.
dress in? How is he normally portrayed? What is he wearing? Can you answer that?
He's normally depicted on the cross with barely any clothes
he
on.
can't answer. He's not gonna. He's
No,
never
no,
gonna.
I just answered it. I just answered it,
Get
Tom.
rid of this guy.
I will
Don't
not
get in your
allow
feces,
Stalin.
Tom.
He's
This
not
is
gonna
not
answer
the
the
debate.
question.
This
Can
is
we just get rid
this
of
is
this
not the
motherfucker?
debate. The question was not how was Jesus dressed on the cross. The question was how is Jesus regularly dressed. Okay, let's not go with the cross. Let's go ahead, Teriak. You got
How
it.
he's depicted, so that is clearly like a depiction of Christ. So you can. This is so disingenuous. Even the tarot thing, that's supposed to be Christ.
Is the depiction of the tarot card? Is that you're saying that's Jesus Christ? You saying
No,
that
no,
tarot
no.
is
In
Christianity?
tarot, they use that as Christ.
As a representation for
Where?
Christian-
Show me
yeah.
the proof.
Representation of
Okay,
Christ.
hold on,
That's
hold on,
what
hold
the
on.
card
Show me the proof.
means.
He's a light bringer. That's how ancient healers were depicted.
But that's true. That's true. And Jesus is also an ancient healer. Here's the issue. So all right, like when we talk about like other like stuff like Apollo, the light bringer, or maybe the morning star, or all these things, and we start wanting to get into the eschatology. Yes, so somewhat is true. Yeah, Apollo or even Dionysus are somewhat could be argued if you believe that God's going to make himself known to people that are ignorant. Maybe a representation of God making himself known through people that weren't witness to. And then that iconography has been carried down, and Satan can't create anything, so he corrupts it and puts it in something like this. That would be the argument that I would use. It's just like, oh, if you're a child, you die before you come to know Christ.
just
There's an
Googled
age of
Jesus-
ignorance, right? Or like these lost tribes, whatever. That's why
If you
these
just
stories
Google
match up with
Jesus,
the
literally
oh, they
every
like
single
Noah
picture
and
besides
versus like,
Jesus
they
on
have
the cross
I don't know, the Iroquois
is
one, or we have this
Jesus
all
in
over
a
the world.
white
Same kind of
robe
thing as God made himself.
with
And then
that
once they're
red,
like
like,
brought to
shawl
the faith,
thing.
then it's like you no
It's
longer
a
have
white
this Asian
robe with the
influence
red
or whatever.
shawl.
And like I said, Satan corrupts. So that would be my argument
just so
there. I don't really.
disingenuous. I don't
maybe
even know
maybe
why
I'm
we're
just an
arguing
idiot. 'Cause
this.
I
They're
feel
all
that's
trying to
what I am.
gaslight us. And
But
you're
I don't
thinking,
understand
maybe it
really
won't.
what
It was
Tariak's
mostly
going with
just
this.
Tariak,
I really
but,
don't care. No offense, but
it's
this is kind of like
this happens
Because when I
not
showed
really
it-
substantive to what we're arguing. No, I get what you
Yeah,
showed.
no,
I
it
just feel
is.
like
It is.
this
It is, Gibbs.
maybe.
It is because when I first showed that image, Tom said, "What is that, Roman?"
All of his minions
So
and followers
when
and
I showed that
supporters
image,
have to
it
go around
wasn't like,
and
"Oh my
accuse
God,
Jesus
Jesus
and
instantly popped
giving
into your
But
head."
the tarot was influenced by the
covering
Greeks
for
and the
him.
Romans,
When
right?
Trump
Would you
never
say
admits to
Christianity
any of
has
this
like
himself.
adopted things
He
like
just
Mars
says,
Hill when
"I
Paul
don't
gives
know
his
who
testimony
would ever
to
come
the
up with
Greeks
that.
and
It's
uses
fake news.
Yeah.
Like,
the
are you
stuff like the
serious?
So what I'm pointing out is just because someone's wearing a white robe and a red scarf does not mean that's automatically Jesus. As Tom proved, because he said, "What is that, a Roman?" Yeah.
All right, okay, I'm sorry. Hold on, wait.
Alright.
There's a big difference when you're showing a cartoon of some random person with short blonde hair that's cropped. This is very different. Whereas instead, if I walked in here in a long white robe and a red shawl over me and started, I'm healing this. Watch me heal that with lights coming out of my.
Yeah.
You get no shot. You guys would be like, "Oh, Tom's just playing a terror." That's probably what you would say, Teriak. I believe you probably would say that. The rest of the people on here who actually know who Jesus is and have read the Bible and know what the fuck they're talking about aren't.
Yeah,
completely
but
they would all be
the
like,
rest of them like
Tom's
fed into the gaslighting and the propaganda and shit.
Man,
But
what
Trump
did I
denied.
do?
He says, "I was
That's
adopted."
crazy.
Who is Trump pretending to be? Stop saying I've already made my statement on who it is. You tell me, who is he pretending to be? Who is he
Yeah,
pretending?
who is no, actually, no. Let me refine the question just 1 second, Tom. Terry, do you believe that that's a doctor? Because he said, "Oh, this is a doctor, right?"
And as Gibbs already pointed out, that like that's how ancient like Jesus was an ancient healer.
So no, 1 second.
Because look at the top. Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in on that image?
I can zoom in
Look
on
at
the
the top
top, but
with
it
the
looks
three
like there's
people.
like some military people on the top. What is that? It's like a Power
No,
Ranger.
that's
or something
a
like
light bringer. That's Lucifer. And when you go to the triumphant arc thing that he posted as well, that's another Lightbringer iconography. The same as the Statue of Liberty is Lightbringer iconography. Just because you guys bought into the propaganda, bought into the gaslighting that a bunch of non-Christians told you he was depicting Jesus is not my issue, but I've got Trump's back.
So who is it? What is he depicting? What is he supposed to be?
Condemning Trump.
Answer the question. Wait.
A Lightbringer. A Lightbringer. A
So Donald
Lightbringer,
Trump
Tom.
is a Lightbringer, right?
Yes.
A Lightbringer.
Lucifer's
Okay.
a
Yes.
What
Lightbringer.
is a
That is
Lightbringer?
so
Yeah.
wild.
So-
That is
So you're
so
saying that
wild.
he is. So you're saying
That is
he's
so
Lucifer. Then
wild.
is what you're saying. He's depicting himself as Lucifer. Then, yes.
A truth bringer, yes. That's what Lightbringers do.
No,
That's
that
why
was
in
not- that
Nietzsche,
was not- no,
in
that was not the
Nietzsche,
question.
in Nietzsche, the madman
never mind.
holds up a lantern in the early
I love
morning
you, man,
hours.
but you've been very slippery. He didn't ask if you was said if he
I'm
was
not
the
being
truth
slippery.
bringer.
I'm arguing the point.
No, Tom. What is the person exactly that you're asking if he is or not?
I'm trying to get him to actually take a stance. He won't actually take a stance on who it is. So he's taking a negative stance.
Okay.
Saying, well,
Okay.
I'm saying that you guys can't prove it's Jesus. And I'm saying, okay, well then who is it? You prove who it is then instead. But if
Okay,
he's
so
just gonna
if
put
I
all of the
dressed up
onus
if
on
I dressed
us,
up in all
where I can show you-
camouflage,
where I
Yeah.
can where I can show you
and I was
image
and you were like
image-
Teriak,
He's
you're
not
you're
gonna
you're
stop talking.
impersonating
I'm sorry, I
you're
can't
impersonating
answer
like
your
some
question,
general
Patty. I'll
dude. I'm
wait
like, no,
for
I'm
him
not
to
impersonating
stop
general
that.
dude. I'm
gonna
just
pull a
I'm just
chaotic-
dressing as an
Oh,
argument.
Whitey's answer. I can never talk without
Yeah.
anybody interrupting me. I'm gonna... Okay, so in any image of like images of like Donald Trump, or sorry, not Donald Trump, of Jesus being depicted, almost every single time they're going to have him in these like red robes.
Not when he's on the
Can
cross.
you put me back up on the main thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Right, not when he's on the cross. So like the majority of them are going to be like this, where he's in a white robe and he has a red sash on, or a red
Oh, damn, that's kind
cloth
of.
over him.
Oh wait,
Like,
are those other
I've
people
put the
Jesus in
majority-
that picture as well? No, scroll up, scroll up. Are those other people in the picture Jesus as well?
Wait, what?
What?
Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That picture right there. Click onto that picture.
Huh?
Click onto that picture.
This one?
Yeah.
Yes,
Damn, we took
make
it
a big
to
screen,
exit
baby.
them. I
I don't
actually
know where
need
it
it.
went,
I need
but
the
yeah.
chair actually.
Yeah, make it big. Zoom in on it.
That's what she said.
Because everybody in that picture is wearing a white robe with a red scarf. White
No,
and red.
but
So
it
are they all
literally says-
Jesus?
No, one second. It literally says
Are they all
vintage.
Jesus?
One second. Let me read it. Let me read it. It says vintage. Wait. 1 second. It says vintage Jesus healing scene framed such and such and such.
Yeah, and look at the dude on the left. Look at the dude on the left. What is he wearing? The same thing as Jesus.
Sorry, no, hey, 1 second. I 1 second.
Hang on a second.
Go ahead.
What are we talking about here? So is there 2 Jesuses now?
It literally
again,
is
as we said
titled Jesus.
Ah.
Still
Just
denies.
because a man dresses like a woman does not make him so, Tom.
Oh,
Wait, Ghosty's audio is not coming through. She keeps trying to say something. It's not.
Oh, sorry, my mic is muted.
She was
There's
muted.
there's other people literally kneeling down next to Jesus in the picture. Those people kneeling that we just at that picture that we just looked at are supposed to be all the people kneeling on the sides. That I don't know why we're arguing this. This is so
And
fucking disingenuous.
explain the imagery on the top.
But like, this is kind of my problem with this, Ghost.
And the fact that the Statue of Liberty is in the background as well. It's a Lightbringer picture. No, you guys don't understand what Lightbringer is, but that's
One
not
second,
my fault.
friends. I need clarification for a second.
So people in the chat are saying they used to call like Lightbringer is something that used to call what? Complete this phrase. Lightbringer, they used to call that name to complete it. Can you all help me with that?
Prometheus is the light bringer. Here.
Multiple
It's
people.
just fine to the Greeks. Like, yeah, like.
So I can
Oh, there's
complete.
Apollo.
If I complete it with
Yeah,
Lucifer, I'm
Jesus,
wrong.
These are all.
If I complete it
was a
with
Lightbringer.
Lucifer, am I wrong?
I mean, no, not technically, because he's also the son of the morning star and the morning star. And so, like, that's the debate is, right, if Lucifer, the morning star, this is kind of where I come back to the corruption thing. He has a reputation as the sun, and some people also talk about Apollo being it. And you talk about Revelations, he's like a symbol where he might be Apollo be represented as a demon. So, no, you're not wrong. Like, it's a Lucifer, the morning star, it's another one as well. Like, that would be argued. Could be argued. But I don't, the issue I have, okay, this is the problem I have.
Isn't it better to call him Jesus than Lucifer?
But
Jesus
you're arguing about like
also is
denominational
the way, the truth,
debates.
and the light. It's Yeah, Jesus is also the light. He is also considered the light in the Bible. Yes.
Yeah, and this is Lucifer trying to subvert that, right? Like, he says, Jesus says in the Revelations, beware, or not Jesus, sorry, in Revelations, John, maybe I'm mixing up, I think it's John. He says, in the end, beware of angels that preaching the false light as bearers of light, right? And so then he describes some examples and all sorts of stuff. And so, like, Satan himself, it talks about being a light, he's a fallen angel. So it's kind of like, yes, I understand where you come from, but I think we're missing a more important problem here with this picture, right? And this is like, yeah, we can argue if it's Jesus. I don't really care. I don't care. I think what's more interesting is what it's representing, right? It's representing, maybe the AI picked the ball in the background. That's a cool topic too. We can debate. But like what I'm really want to talk about is how all these different people, they're looking up to Trump, and Trump's trying to like heal this individual who's sickly. That's kind of what he's saying. And I'm a doctor. Oh, maybe I'm a messianic figure, whatever. And y'all are just so upset about this. And like, y'all think this is a gotcha, bro. Okay, I understand maybe someone who's got a problem with iconography being a certain way. Like, that's a legitimate, like, religious gripe that's been like literally why the Eastern Orthodox broke away from the Catholics, right? That's a major one. I understand why Athena would be upset with that. I'm a Protestant, maybe Chaos doesn't like that, but I'm a Protestant. I don't have as much problem with the iconography personally, and I see this as a tool because Trump is imperfect and he does stupid things. And sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't. Sometimes he does genius things. We're all human, and to being human is to mess up. And so when he does something like this and then doubles down, Trump is being Trump. And I like, we're really going to argue is the better question is why y'all so like ready to try to like get us on this one? Like, y'all don't actually care about the Christian. Maybe Tom does, but I would say the majority of the left are using this to attack the faith. So if you're on the left and you're a Christian, why are y'all allowing them to use this against us and divide us? That's my question. We should be all gathering up because there's bigger issues than this. Like, but no, y'all are the right.
For the same exact reason that like when everybody goes after Eric Swalwell. When everybody goes after Eric Swalwell and they make a big deal about the fact that this is supposed to be the party of believe all women and the fact that like one woman comes out against him and they don't kick him out, or as the one woman goes after Joe Biden, they all say, oh, this is supposed to be the party of believe all women. Why did you guys vote for Joe Biden? This is the same reason as you're trying to hold the people to their standards. And while that you say you're Southern Baptist, my dad's a Southern Baptist pastor, my brothers are Southern Baptist pastors. I live in Atlanta. Like this is something that Protestants also find very offensive. And again, it seems like by far the majority of Trump's base was very offended by this. It wasn't just the.
One second. Let's Ghosty real quick. Let's get the rules to rebuttal, and then I need to get Chaotic HQ and Kamal because they've been very quiet. Okay, quick rebuttal, Ghosty, Rules, Chaotic, and then the lovely HQ and Kamal. Go ahead.
It's also just like Trump never owning up to his actions. Like it's always the MAGA people always have to come out, make excuses for him, give explanations why he acted this way, why he acted that way. It's just like you guys prop him up as this super extreme, like, or not, maybe not extreme, but like a Christian valued leader. And when he never follows that, it's just always excuses, and he can never own up to his mistakes. He's trying to gaslight everyone and saying it's fake news. I can't believe who would ever even come up with that. That's crazy. Like, no, it's not fucking crazy. We all have eyes. Just that's the part that bothers me.
Okay, real quick.
I almost wonder if it was on purpose.
Where's the outrage when Obama was depicted like this?
Oh no! What about Obama?
Obama didn't post that. Obama didn't post that.
No. Apparently, this is a great outrage, and we need to get rid of Trump because he depicted himself as Jesus.
Show me where Obama posted that.
Where's
Obama was an actual Christian.
Where's the outrage?
Obama would never post.
Where's the outrage? Oh my God! How dare you depict him as Jesus? Oh my God!
Hey, well, 1 second, friends.
Oh my God!
I need to 1 second, friends, because this was. Friends, I was very prepared. I'm a professional, okay? So, Anne-Marie Labadie, I think I said nobody had a problem with these, and it was somebody posted the media themselves had an affinity for portraying Barack Obama as a messianic and angelic figure. Zero outrage from the Democrats or the left. The New Republic, January 2008. And New Week, May 2012. This is not Obama posts. This is the media post. And then Donald J. Trump, the president, reposted what they said. So now y'all can talk about what y'all want to talk
Tom
about.
Is right.
Hey, hold on.
What about Obama?
Can I speak?
Yeah, hey, let's remind everybody. They keep
Jerusalem HQ and then Chaotic and Interrupted, please. Jerusalem HQ.
They keep on Terriak and Gibbs keep on bringing the left as if this whole shitstorm didn't start off with Trump criticizing other right-wingers. Other right-wingers are the ones who are making a big deal out of it, because lefties like me who aren't even religious, this shit is funny, and is also a big reason why I stayed the hell away from you guys. Because despite the fact that this religious and this biblical text is supposed to be the word of God, y'all can't even agree on shit. Damn. And then we're supposed to have a separation of church and state, and then here we go, the president comparing himself to Jesus, using biblical texts weeks ago to justify a war in the Middle East. And then let's remember, guys, he doubled down on this dumbass thing by then retweeting another AI image with Jesus around his shoulders, right, guys? And he knows what he's doing. When he was asked, Fatty, on live television about that tweet, you could see the smirk on his face. He knew he was lying his ass off. He knew that shit was going to piss people off. And let me emphasize one more time, and I'll land my plane. This shitstorm started from Trump trashing other right-wingers who were outraged. So stop with this lefty ammo bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, so the fact that you're making the case that Christians can't agree on shit, the name Israel means we who wrestle with God, which means there has to be disagreement. That's how you get to the truth. So you don't even understand what the Bible is. Please stop talking, you low IQ goldfish.
HQ, let me ask you a question. Is it fair? You can go often. Is it fair to compare media portraying somebody as A or the president portraying themselves as A? Is that the same thing?
No, it's not the same thing.
Go ahead. Uninterrupted, please.
Now, first and foremost, Donald Trump posted that. Obama didn't post anything. So it's not the same thing. 2, this is why I call people on my channel, when they come to my channel, I call them zombies, because they twist themselves up into pretzels trying to defend this person. I personally think he's a grifter, a liar, a cheater, a stealer. He's a low-level human being who has money. So when you come from that direction, I don't think anything he does is honest. He posted that pic thinking he was going to get a lot of people on his side, thinking he's so good, he's so righteous. He is nothing like a Catholic. He is not a Catholic. He is a grifter, grifting off of you retards that are Catholics. He does not care about you being a Catholic. Otherwise, he would not have posted that blasphemous picture that he posted. It is not a doctor healing anything. He thought he was going to get away with portraying himself as baby Jesus. That's what he did.
Let me ask something to Kotick real quick. Kotick, on Easter Sunday this year, he made like a cryptic post against Iran, and he said, "I think may Allah be with you," or something like that. Is that a violation? Is that a violation, Kotick? Before you go on is that a violation on Christmas Sunday? Not Christmas, Easter Sunday, the day that he said, "May Allah be with you," or something. Is that a violation?
No, not at all. No.
Hey, Kotick said it's not a violation. I believe him. Thank you very much, Spin City News. I appreciate you for the $5. Friends, we're $30 away from the goals. You can super chat your opinion using the Coffee app, okay, pinned in the bottom of the show. We have more 20 minutes to go. This has been an exciting show. I appreciate the energy, Chaotic and Uninterrupted. And then Mr. Kamal uninterrupted, because Kamal been chilling the whole show. I need him to talk on this one. I think he's going to be objective. Go ahead, Chaotic. You got this.
I thought I already addressed it, but what were we talking about?
So
about the image, right?
We something as well from the image that you put up, Fatty, because as somebody else said, Obama didn't post that picture, but the one that you showed said that the media portrayed Obama as like a Christ-like messianic figure. I don't remember the media ever doing this, so I just went and searched, and it could be wrong, but when I searched, did the media ever portray Christ as a messianic figure? It immediately pops up with major controversy over Newsweek facing criticism for posting Obama as a messianic figure after inauguration. So that there is one example of a media source posting this. It's Newsweek. It's not some big mainstream media source, and then it says that they did face a lot of criticism over it and this is a 2008 article source that it's showing. So this is all I can find.
I don't think he's Jesus. I think that's Vegeta when he comes back to Earth after after he kills himself to save the planet, and then he comes back. Yeah. You remember when Goku came back for the tournament and shit? Meeting his
he's like, come with me, Cell.
with the halo. I don't know this one with the halo shit.
Real quick, I just want to gauge the thing. How do we feel about remember that musical Jesus Christ Superstar, and then it was a bald lesbian that portrayed Jesus? How do we feel about that?
Damn, that's
the Democrat.
I did a story.
Exactly.
Whoa.
I won't vote for that. How about this? I promise
there.
I will not vote for those people. How about that? I won't
Go
vote
ahead,
for
CT.
Okay.
No, CT, you got it. CT, don't be frustrated. CT, look at the
Fatty, I
camera.
thought we talked about this. Bro.
No,
Okay.
CT, you.
No,
come on, CT, you got it.
I got a Teriak is correct. I did a story about I forgot the name of that Nigerian lady who's a liberal, but I supported her. I said I think that Christ would love the fact that this woman is portraying her. So I agree with that. I did an actual story about that woman. What's
Like
her name?
Zacchaeus.
Yeah, I mean, what's
Bible.
wrong with that? She is a child of God, right? Well, why not emulate? Why not do a stage play and you portray Jesus Christ? Okay, so yeah, I agree.
Damn. Unless you disagreeing with Teriak, but
You said I'm disagreeing with Teriak.
All I simply
thought-
asked Tom was, how do we feel about Jesus Christ Superstar? And it was
Yeah, I
silence.
thought Terry. I thought I was
Going
agreeing
all
with
the
you.
fake outrage on the bottom panel
Yeah, but you're
because
bringing
they
it
said
up.
nothing.
Yes, you're
You
correct.
said
You're
nothing.
bringing it up as
You
fake.
said nothing.
No, wait,
Yeah.
wait. You think I said nothing? I said that if I will make a deal that if you say that you won't vote for Donald Trump for doing this, I won't vote for the people who made that play. Deal? You want to do that?
Yeah, as an Irishman, I won't for Donald Trump. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah, fair enough.
Gotcha.
And if he did, he voted for the Democratic Party.
You'll
If he
never
did, he
get me
probably voted
Lucky
for
Another
Charms.
fucking country, dude. Sitting there simping for another country with a "Make
Yep.
America Great Again" hat, dude.
Because they're the
Embarrassing.
protectors of the goddamn motherfucking free world. And don't you forget that.
We
Right.
Talk about
you
grifters.
stay on your knees, buddy. We
Fatty, what did you want to ask? Fatty, what's up, buddy?
I want to ask if you yourself you need unequivocal evidence that Donald Trump is being blasphemous to put that jacket on him, or you could use a little bit of the deductive reasoning, because there was a lot of people pulling up pictures and all that. Like there was a lot of people like, did this change in any way, sort of way, your opinion, or you stick with it? No.
Oh,
Respectfully.
no, blasphemy is a perspective, right? Blasphemy. We all have our different perspectives of blasphemy. I'm pretty sure all of us aren't the same religion. I'm pretty sure all of us aren't the same sect. So yeah, it's just a perspective thing. It's what's accepted and what's not accepted. There are some people who believe that what Trump did, it's honoring Christ. There are some people who believe that he didn't even look like Christ, because let's be honest again, nobody's ever seen Christ. There are people who brought up the fact that this image has been used in ancient Rome. I'm talking about the garb. So it's all a matter of perspective, man.
I mean, also, if you're a Christian, one of the parables Jesus says is, "Hey, listen." And I mentioned this earlier in the comedy bit, but it's kind of thing. He says, "Hey, maybe you should pick out the plank from your own eye before you pick out the speck from somebody else." And that's like saying, hey, maybe don't judge somebody making all these assumptions. Same thing when he talks about not stoning the woman. Ye without sin be the first to cast the stone, right? Like, why he's saying this? Because who are we to cast the stone? Who are we to know the other minds of other people? Like, this is a problem, you say. Like, I get heavy criticism, and if you have actual criticism, fair. But this is like, I feel like, listen, this is being taken advantage of by people here. I'm in conservative circles. I do debate fairly often, and I've only heard, like, this is the first time I've heard of it. I know it's recent, but like, it's a very small group of people that are upset, and it's mainly ortho bros. And I get why they are, and it's because their iconography is key to their denomination. That's literally why they broke away from the Catholic Church, or one of the main reasons, right? And so when we're sitting here talking, I get why they're upset, but for the rest of us, this is just being weaponized against people that are Christian that voted for Trump, because the alternative was insanity. So like, you got us. He said something sacrilegious. I mean, even if he did, he's human, and God works through imperfect tools. That's kind of my theory there.
But it's
the
Christians
whole,
who are
not
weaponizing it. You guys keep trying to
casting
make it sound like it's like the left that's weaponizing this. It's not. It's Christians who are upset about this. It's Christians who.
This is a famously lefty podcast right here.
Hold on.
Flooded his comment section.
Yep.
you said casting stones. You know that scripture is actually talking about casting stones. It actually tells us in the Bible to judge for righteousness' sake, but we judge out of a place of love, and iron sharpens iron. The Bible actually specifically says that if we see sin and we do not call it out and tell our brother that that is not right, then we are now held accountable for our brother's sin because we did not say
You're right.
And I want to bring up one other thing. During the Olympics, when they had, it was like the Last Supper, it was a whole bunch of drag queens. I was absolutely irate when I saw that. And like equally outraged. Now, did I condemn Trump? No, I condemned the image. And people, the same people who were outraged about the drag queens dressed up or whatever, they're the ones defending the actual image. I don't understand. And it's really convenient for Christians to say, oh, don't judge. But then they turn around and judge. They do the exact same thing that they're saying not to do. It's just when it's convenient for them, they're cherry picking.
You know the Olympics thing was a trap, right?
Not a Christian,
The Olympics thing was a trap, right? You know that, right?
Hey, yo,
That was
Fatty, I gotta
not
go
being
in
the
like
last
5
supper.
minutes.
That was sorry, go ahead. That was Dionysus' thing.
I got you. Come on.
Talking a lot. Hey, Fatty, I gotta go in like 5 minutes. Just letting you know.
Same with us, friends. 15 minutes and we out. I want to thank Maisha for completing all the goals. Thank you very much, Maisha, for the $30. Kamal, you are apolitical, sir. You are here for a reason.
Yes. Thank God.
Let me, who is
Thank
full of
goodness I'm
who is
apolitical.
full
God
of shit
damn.
on this conversation, Kamal? Let us know before we
Y'all
close
are-
it out.
Man, y'all loquacious as a motherfucker on here. Y'all, you look up the word loquacious, all right? You feel me? Not all of y'all, but like I'll say a smooth 82% on this panel. Y'all, god damn. I'm gonna be short and sweet to the point. You feel me? First of all, Teriak, I don't know what the fuck you doing, bro. I don't even think you American, to be honest. I think you Irish. Second of all,
I
if
am.
this nigga Trump wants to dress up as white Jesus, let him do it. I don't care. I wish he would have wore a stethoscope around his fucking neck so we wouldn't even have this combo. You feel me? And at the end of the day, none of us on this panel answered the first question about Trump calling his cronies and his flunkies low IQ. Yeah, I love it. Let them implode. Just like the Democrats, all imploded. I'm going to sit here. I wish I had my popcorn and watch the rest of this shit show because, God damn it, I'm so glad I'm apolitical. And shout out to my Black Americans fighting for us. Fatty, I appreciate you, bro. The Black Jerry Springer, appreciate you, bro.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Toros, appreciate you, bro. I seen you on other panels. I like what you say at times. HQ, shout out to you. Athena, we was the most quietest on the panel. Ghost, I've been on the panel with you before. You cool. Chaotic Truth, you are a comedian, bro. You need to do stand-up comedy, bro. And Admiral Gibbs, please do some wrestling, bro. You got the wrestling voice down packed. You feel me? You got it down packed. HQ, I done seen you on panels before too, sister. Appreciate you. And Teriak, I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate your opinion, but I think you a fucking spy, bro. You Irish, bro. You're not fooling me,
Well,
goddamn.
Ireland
You
does
ain't
have an
fooling the shit
IDF.
either.
It's called the Irish Defence
Goddamn.
Forces, so you never
You
know.
feel me? Shout out to Conor McGregor. All
Thank
right,
you
Fatty, whenever you
thank
need
you
me
very
on
much,
here,
Kamal.
I appreciate you.
I
bro.
appreciate you, and we're going to close it out too.
Well, show's over. Hope y'all enjoyed it. But nah, don't dip yet. We still got them final thoughts coming.
Y'all really tore it up tonight, huh? But don't dip just yet. Let's hear them final words. Hey, that's it. Show's done. Now shut the fuck up and let the panelists speak. It's time for final thoughts.
So, friends, I think we got to the end of it safe this time. The show didn't blow up at the 10-minute mark. I appreciate y'all for practicing a little better restraint in the group last week. I'm going to try to bring the fantastic and speakeasies and all these again. I will just put these on the frame on the wall so they can see how well behaved y'all were. Okay. So once again, thank you very much. Gibbs, great energy. Mr. Chaotic, thank you very much once again. I appreciate you, sir. HQ, awesome. Tarus, thank you very much for the smoke. And hey, Tom, I think y'all need to debate. You're the two fellas, Mr. Tom and Mr. Teriak. I appreciate you and the lovely Tina. Glad to have you back, even though you're
I wish
busy.
you would have debated here. That would have been great.
Yeah, but Teriak is very slippery. You see what I'm saying? You have to get him on a one-on-one setting for him to actually go ahead and do the whole debate thing. So once again, I appreciate y'all, friends. Anybody? Oh, and Ghosty was sad that Ghosty already crying because she was up there and I didn't. So glad to have you back, Ghosty. Thank you very much for being here. Final thoughts. Y'all don't have to do it. I'm going to be putting everybody links on the description immediately after the show, and all the clips are going to have them. Please make sure you subscribe to every single one of them so y'all can support the gang. The Breaking Ground show always on Thursdays 5 p.m. Tomorrow we have so many heavy eaters tomorrow. The ultimate Kevin Samuels debate. Mr. Let Go and Obsidian are going to duke it out with Mr. Fantastic, Napa. We have my boy Nino Nation. Oh my God, there's going to be a star-studded show. And on Sunday, the Riz Academy meets Ladies First. Tyranny is back. We're going to have another infamous Ladies First, always at 5 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you support us. Friends, who wants to go first as final thoughts? Please, less than 30 seconds. I would appreciate it. Once again, thank you very much for being here.
I don't really have any final thoughts, so I was just gonna say thank you. And I pretty much thought this panel was a perfect display of the hypocrisy on the right. But other than that, it was a good.
Oh
time.
shit! Hey, Ghosty, what do you think about what Chaotic said, that infamous "y'all ends are for old in mops" comment?
It's
And he said,
unoriginal. It's boring.
and then he said, "But I'm not a misogynist." That's what he said. He said, "You weren't impressed."
Yeah, I heard it 1,000 times. Cool. for you.
Michaela, not impressed. Chaotic. Sorry.
You know what's really funny though? I just cleaned a house today, and so I was holding a mop earlier.
Shout out to Athena. That's what I'm
I would
talking
think it's
about.
embarrassing if you have like a woman that you think isn't capable of understanding the scripture, yet you just keep running away from her every time she makes an argument towards you. But on top of that, when Gibbs earlier, you were talking about like a speck in your eye or casting the first stone. These are like talking about holding other people accountable and not being a hypocrite. That's like normally what they're talking about in those situations. Whereas in this case, we're not talking about casting a stone. We're not saying like go hurt Jesus or act as though like everybody else is perfect. We're talking about just holding him accountable as a politician, like as somebody who says that he represents Christians, as somebody who says that he is the best president for Christians and that he has converted to Christianity. Like it'd be good if people held him to that same standard. On top of that, I'm like 90% positive I was on a panel with you back in the day when that thing happened at the Olympics and you were upset about the way that they portrayed the Last Supper.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's actually not. I could actually wrote about that. I brought the Dionysus thing then too. I said if it was, and I haven't watched it, and then we watched it. I did it. Yeah, and it's the Dionysus representation was my thing. I know we got Dionysus cup over there behind me, and like I agree. And I think this is my only last thought here is like, yeah, I think that my point being, especially to my other Christians here, is yes, if we want to get together, we want to talk about it and say, well, we're upset. We should do that. We should call it out as Christians, and I'm not opposed to y'all doing that. That's a good thing, and I'm not arguing that. However, the bigger problem, and to be fair to Tom, he leans a little more left than me, and he's a little partisan. I lean on the right, I'm a little partisan. To be fair to Tom, like I understand why if he's on the left and he's Christian, once again, you have a valid point. However, the rest of the left is weaponizing the debate within Christian sides and our criticism of someone who's represented, to weaponize it, to use it against us and say, hey, we're going to come against Christianity as a whole, and we're going to come against people that look at these dumb Christians. They can't even get the act together against themselves. Oh, look at all these righties. They're getting bamboozled by Trump. He's calling them dummies. And oh, look, he's just using this. Like, they're using this to make us look bad as Christians, to push their agenda. That's my bigger problem. Like, at least Tom's honest. He's a Christian and he likes that agenda. Now, we should respect people like that. That's fair. But the other people on the right, they're using this against us, fam. And it's just a small disagreement among brothers. And that's my closing thought on it.
If I can real quick, I just want to understand. Christians do regularly get really upset with Democrats and the left for the way that they portray Jesus, for the way that they talk about Jesus, for the way that they show him. And so I don't think that this is just them weaponizing Christians' own religion against them when they don't have anything to say about it. This is them saying, yo, you guys get mad at us for this stuff all the time. That if Obama did something like this, you guys would have flipped out. But then when Donald Trump does it, for some reason, they all kind of make excuses and try to find a way to justify it instead. When just for years and years and years, they've been making a huge deal about any time somebody says the slightest wrong thing about a Christian on the left.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, just to point out why I don't because real quick, shout out to Ray
Mr.
bought
Ray.
you a hamburger for the $5. Wait,
It
what?
was Ray. Thank you
Ray,
very much,
Shout out to
Ray.
Ray for the $5.
Fatty.
Thank you very kindly. Sorry, my mom took Tylenol. Okay.
And thanks for having us, by the way.
I appreciate you, Edmund. You're great, man. Thank you very much.
Hamburger helper.
The whole like slippery thing that I done that intentionally, right? In terms of like we had to sit through an hour and a half of all these lefties turn around and say, but guys, this Islamic terrorist regime is saying they won't make nukes and we should be cool with them and we should appease them, all this kind of stuff, with no proof. So then notice when Trump is there saying it's clearly Jesus, and I'm saying, well, through his
None of us
history,
said
this has
that.
been a regular depiction from other things. It's like, no, I know Trump is lying. I know Trump is this. So you just pointed out your own hypocrisy, where no matter what Trump says, no matter what Trump will claim, you don't believe him, but you don't have that same energy for the Iranian regime, who've proven themselves to be terrorists. But real quick, I do want to shout out Fatty. Thank you very kindly for having me on the panel. I had a blast. Shout out to Chaotic and Admiral Gibbs. I think he's put up an awesome fight. Shout out to Athena as well. Like I said, trust your president. I know he does a lot of trolling and all this kind of stuff, but please keep trusting your president because he will make America great again. The ruse, you need to, like I said, implore some logic. You know what I'm saying? Learn the 3 laws of logic, get some reasonable arguments, all this stuff. But I do like the insults, you know what I'm saying? Also, Tom, hopefully we can set up a debate. My boy Speakeasy does the Swords of Reason. It's a one-on-one event. It's pretty good stuff. We'll check it out.
Do it literally anywhere else.
Yeah, Ghosty,
That's
in
crazy.
terms, you just trust me. Just pick up a broom. You'll get back into your femininity.
Pick
And
up a
HQ,
broom and
I think we've
smack
gone
you in the
pound before
fucking
as
head
well.
with it.
Shout out to
Oh,
you, HQ.
shit.
Appreciate you, Kylie. I got a bail. But thanks for having me on, folks.
I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much for being.
You gotta get him back. You better go down there and get him back.
Let's get.
Just to be clear, I think Iran's terrorists and liars. I don't know where he got that from. I think they're terrorists and liars.
I don't like Islam. I don't like Iran. I don't fuck with that shit. Like,
Let's get HQ into Ruse, and I think we are done with everybody else, and we bounce.
Okay, my final thoughts. Donald Trump went into the room with 2 sets of groups, 2 sets of people. Marco Rubio and J.D. Vance and a couple other people, and they said, let's not do it. Let's not go to war. And then he went into another room with the Mossad and Netanyahu. And Netanyahu and the Mossad told him that he could push rainbows out of his ass and he could own Iran and he can do all of these wonderful, beautiful things if he invaded Iran. Now, that is a foreign entity telling our president to do what he did. He also went into the room with our people, and our people said, don't do it, including Vance, Marco Rubio, and Tulsi Gabbard. But he went with the Mossad. So I just wanted to say that meeting did happen. 2, he is a morally deviant human being. So the things that he does comes from that perspective of being a morally deviant human being. Because you can have morally deviant human beings that are rich. So he is one of those. Okay. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, HQ. I appreciate you, and Mr. Tarus. Take us on, please.
I really enjoyed this. Fatty, CT, HQ is always a pleasure. Ghosty, Tom, Gibbs, Athena, it was very nice chopping it up with you guys for the first time. To the audience, man, this is why I stay far away from religion, and with MAGA specifically, guys. This is, again, they don't even take their own virtues seriously. Look at MAGA, guys. They got a problem with women. They got a problem with minorities. They got a problem with the LBGT. They got a problem with Muslims. They got a problem with Mormons. They got a problem with Asians. They got a problem with the Chinese. They got a problem with more Middle Easterns. And now they got a problem with themselves because the reality is they can't get along with anybody. And so you gotta wonder what is up with this perpetual victimhood that MAGA is always projecting on everyone else. It is a problem, and it's turning into a plague. Those are my final thoughts.
Damn. Friends, I appreciate y'all. CT, Ghosty, Tom, Admiral, Athena, HQ and Tarus, but I have to kick you out of my house. Great show,
Come on, guys.
great energy. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all.
Okay. That was interesting, I guess. I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna try to do another live stream. Let's see, what's today? Thursday? What do I have? I know you guys can't see me, but I'm gonna try to do another live stream this weekend or maybe Monday at the latest. I don't know what it's gonna be about, to be honest. I've been like a bit tuned out of politics recently because it's just I don't know, I go through phases. I go through like culture war phases, and then political phases, and philosophy phases, and theology phases. Oh, maybe we'll do a theology thing. That would be kind of fun. Or maybe we'll just do something silly and react to like a fucking Pop the Balloon episode or something, because I was supposed to do that a while ago and I never did. So I don't know, but yeah, thank you all for watching. Please like the stream if you like the stream. Consider subscribing, and have a great evening. Goodbye, everyone.